Just for Fun Radio. Good morning, everybody. We is live. Hey, how's you doing? We is running a little behind.
We're cleaning screens too.
We're doing studio maintenance.
Well, I was trying to finish an ad. I started on it last week, and it was one of those ones where I had to kind of be a little more serious than just crazy. So when Mike and Tyler came in last week, I was doing it. The video. I mean, the
isn't that crazy?
the ad.
He's in here spanking it, and I get blamed.
Oh,
for
no, I know. So I was in here doing the ad, and
That's nasty.
Tyler and Mike come in just wide open, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, didn't y'all hear me in here talking to myself? If that's wet, why did you just set it on the table?
That
It's
is
not
not
really
what
I
you
wet.
said.
bet your house has water rings on every wood table there is.
Everywhere you sit, I bet you that.
Shut up.
What are you
There's
talking
a difference between a water ring and a toilet ring.
about? Bam. We haven't been on the air 10 minutes, and we're already starting. I love it.
Oh my gosh. So what everybody get into this weekend?
Yellow Daisy. That was the busiest I've ever seen, the Yellow Daisy.
Wow.
We got there at 10:30.
You know what? It's all that free Confederate flag publicity Stonemountain's been getting.
Wait, what's a yellow daisy?
The Yellow Daisy Festival.
It's a plant that you go outside and
Can you smoke it?
I'm
Oh,
sure
my
people
God.
have.
Oh, Jesus. Help me, Lord.
I've never smoked a daisy.
Really? Well, our little miniature Dodson's name is Daisy, so that'd just be weird. I've never smoked a dog. Well, I've had smoked dogs.
Stop.
What? You were
That
the
was
one-
only that time in Korea.
Yeah, and it was more than once. It's good.
So Yellow Daisy was good.
Yes, that was awesome. Sorry.
She just zoned out. I wish everybody would go back and watch the video.
Believe me,
I
don't
like
do it.
asked her a question and she was nowhere to be found.
And you know the thing about it was this pretty easy
Duh
question.
had left the building.
Shut up.
Pretty easy question, you know.
And you wonder why we're
So
still
did-
calling you duh.
So
Yes,
did you have
no,
fun?
No, actually, my favorite food truck was there. It's called Happy.
Well, your favorite truck that had food was
Yes.
there. I mean,
It's called Happy Belly. And if you like Brussels sprouts, no,
No.
they're so good.
No.
They
Who the
literally
hell would put that on a truck? I know why they put it on
No.
a truck. They're trying to get it the hell out of here.
no, they half them and then they
What's it
deep
called?
fry them for like 2 seconds.
What do they call it? Brussels truck.
It's actually called Brussels for mussels.
I'm gonna throw up.
Happy Belly is actually more. They have like
Sounds Italian.
Where was the deep
The
fried
health
Twinkies?
stuff.
That would be the one I would be
No.
curious of. Or an Oreo.
and Bayou Billy, I think.
Bayou Billy.
They have these 10 cups and you buy them originally and then you bring them back wherever they are and you refill with sweet or unsweet tea for $1 for the rest of your life.
Well, damn, go to McDonald's and get a freaking
No, this
Super
sweet tea
McTea for
is,
$1.
I don't like their sweet tea. This sweet tea is good.
Have you ever noticed that when you get mad at me that you talk but you don't really move your teeth? You go.
No,
Have you ever noticed that, Scotty?
No, I don't
Yeah,
pay
she does.
that much attention.
Yeah.
to my teeth.
I mean,
Well,
I'm trying to do a
it's
show.
either your
so-
nose or your mouth. So
Oh my God.
hey, it ain't too.
Look at her. She's grinding it now, though.
I know she does. So you watch her. She grinds her teeth. You know me. I always pick up on the
The
whole
weird stuff.
Well, the micro expressions and facial expressions, body
Well,
language.
express.
Yeah. Oh, please. Hey, look, you were yelling at me before I got to the studio.
You are the
I-
biggest pussy I've
Let me tell
ever
you something.
seen. Every
Listeners-
day it's
listeners,
yell.
viewers-
Nobody has yelled.
Listeners, viewers, I'm 20 minutes away and he's telling me where to park. So,
Oh my God. He does.
I said, don't park behind my van. Is that yelling? That's a
Wait,
text. That's a
wait.
text message.
But there was more.
How was there
How
more?
is there more? Because I was in the same message.
Because Emmy is driving your van.
Okay.
I know that.
Is there a reason you just wanted to put my personal information out there? Like that?
Hell yeah.
I'm going to take this screw and I'm going to jab it in your eyeball.
That would be
And I
so
didn't
cool.
yell it.
Have you ever seen those pictures of like the anarchist stuff where they put a big screw in a guy's head? That's like screwing the man. Screw the man. Ain't that right, D?
So back to
You're
your
gonna need that.
hallucinating people yelling at you all the time.
I do hallucinate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, because there's times we'll have direct conversations and Mike's like, you were yelling at me.
It's just something.
Do you want a friggin' hug? Because
I do.
I wasn't yelling at
I'm
you.
going to come get one.
Oh, Jesus
God.
Christ. Hold on. Please tell me you got on underwear.
Y'all
Thank
need-
God. Thank God
God.
he's hugging me.
Seven-
He's licked my neck.
7:51.
you
Y'all need to
weirdo.
go watch the YouTube.
Thank God there was a chair between my back and his
I think you could still
front.
feel it. Though. I think you could still feel
There's
it.
a dent in the back of my chair now.
Yeah.
Kids, have you been
I've
putting
heard-
your feet on the
It's
back
like-
of the seat again?
It's like a pinhole.
Hey, I've heard that more than once.
Oh my God.
God.
There's a dent in the back of my chair. You got that right.
You're a perv.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
So what are
man,
we into today?
I need a cigarette now.
any good? Hey, were you able to watch the news this morning at all?
No. I mean, I listen.
Okay.
I've been listening since
The
about
reason I ask
3:30.
is I figured there'd be a topic you'd be all over. And I know Alex. Hopefully Alex is listening, and he has caught wind of this story because I know this is a story the two of y'all shall be talking about on tomorrow night's show.
Ew.
So the news, you know how they twist stuff on the news.
Of
So
course.
they're talking about 12-year-olds in the hospital and whatever condition from gunshot wounds.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Then they start talking about what a 16-year-old, he's in there for gunshot wounds. But then they lead it into what happened. And somehow or another, a guy, and I don't know the complete story. I just know a guy was driving down the road. All of a sudden, there's like 10 people in front of his car.
Yeah.
Each of them's got a gun.
How'd that happen?
They go to do something to the driver. The driver shoots back.
Hell yeah.
Shoots one kid, and he's now in the hospital. Shot another kid. He got grazed. But the way the media
Like it's the
wanted to
Spins
twist it.
it's like the driver's fault.
Yeah, well, the way they started the story was about how these kids were shot. Which the problem is when you tweak it that way, you already have people making a judgment before they even know the story.
Oh, absolutely.
Why didn't it say so? There's a victim who was assaulted by numerous, possible youths that are possibly gang related or blah 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 blah. Just the media sucks sometimes.
You know what? The media in this
That's why
country
Just for Fun
is-
wants to throw it to you the real deal.
Yeah. How about, did y'all hear about the,
Well, go back. Wait, don't leave
Okay.
yet. So what's
Oh.
your thoughts?
well, here's the,
I mean, I think if the dude saw multiple guns and felt his life was in danger, heck yeah, start shooting.
do you remember up in New York about a year ago, the guy in the Range Rover, the Asian family in the Range
Yes,
Rover?
they had to get away from the bikers.
Yeah, and
Oh,
he had
Whatever
enough after,
happened to that?
I don't know, but after about an hour of being chased and harassed, he
Right.
just started woofing them over.
Well, no, that
Yeah.
one that they made a big deal about that made them all start really, really chasing him.
Yeah.
That idiot slammed on his brakes in front of him.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's why.
Well, no, I'm saying after about like an hour
Yeah.
of being chased and harassed, the guy just had enough of it, and that's when he woofed over.
Well,
the
Yeah.
at
other
the
guy.
time, they had also smacked his window with a helmet
And
and
he had
everything
a
else.
baby in the car too, or
Yeah.
something.
So
I would have run over
Here-
him too. I don't care how biker I am.
yeah,
When you
Well,
become the aggressor
yeah.
and you're breaking laws, then you can't really blame the person for doing whatever they think they need to do to protect themselves.
I
And if my
agree.
baby's in the car,
Oh, it's yeah.
you better hope I don't have a spare clip.
Well, here's the thing on that. Same with what you're talking about.
I do need a 30-round Glock clip, by the way, though.
Yeah, they got it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking.
9
At
millimeter?
least then, yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
going to grab a second clip, I might as well grab the big one and
Yeah,
just be
it's
done with it.
crazy. Check this out. I'll be honest. If 10 kids like that, and I'm not going to say what their ages are because you can't tell a child.
But you
age
can't
anymore.
tell, not anymore.
And if you got a bunch of
Steroids
people,
in the milk.
10 kids surrounding me in a vehicle, I guarantee it, I can get 8 of them before the other 2 run off. Because you start throwing stuff at my car, even though my car's not worth. My drinks this morning are more expensive than my car. Jesus, I don't want to get the brakes fixed because
My whole
Rob's
thing
performance.
is what stopped, because we don't know that much of this morning's
Yeah.
news report. But what made him stop?
Yeah,
I mean, could they have been acting like somebody was hurt to lure him to stop?
I'm sorry. Is that
Look,
me?
that's me.
Okay.
I didn't have it on silent yet. But in my mind, I also know, for instance, every time I see a friggin' car chase where people are on motorcycles, like somebody will be on a motorcycle with a gun chasing a car, and I'm thinking, slam on the brakes,
Yeah.
slam on the brakes, sideswipe him. He's on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
And that's the stupid part of some of these movies, because if you're shooting at me, I'm going to use my car as a weapon. I'm sorry.
I will use everything at my means.
Yeah.
I will bite you. I will hit you with a chair.
Hopefully, I just left McDonald's with the coffee be hot enough to burn your eyes.
There you go. Or pour it on somebody's vagina.
Oh my God!
You know that's where that came from.
But why did you go? Why did you even bring the vajay up? It had nothing to do with a car chase or being assaulted.
You brought up McDonald's, and you know I'm a fat guy. So if we're going to talk food, let's talk food.
What does that have to do with a vajay?
Well, you know.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of vajays, before it gets
Sure. Let's just go there,
No.
Denise.
Oh, great.
As you're
Ladies
cutting the
talk.
eye about him saying vajay, you're bringing up the vajay.
No, I actually read the story this weekend. There's
And what, in Hustler?
a worker at Wendy's that was fighting with her baby daddy's new girlfriend about
Okay.
the kids. And so she actually took the bread and instead of putting mayo on it, put some discharge on it.
Jeez,
And
crap.
was arrested for bodily harm. And the other woman is in the hospital, was admitted to the hospital for ingesting dead, whatever.
It's just, wow.
So how about them trees?
Ju- I
Any
mean,
listeners want to shout out this morning? Type us.
Chili's, or not Chili's, sorry. Checkers had a girl do something very similar, and it was all caught on tape.
Really?
Yeah, it was just recently too. She would take the hamburger bun and throw it on the ground and go like that, and then make the
I
burgers.
think I remember that.
Yeah, she got caught, and the CEO of Checkers was on TV about 2 weeks ago, maybe, apologizing for it and saying she's been fired and she's got to go to, I don't know, hamburger
Anger
school,
management.
whatever.
So Jacob was sent a story
know.
from Tulsa.
Imagine
Jacob
it.
from
It's-
Tulsa.
A 16-year-old boy is in serious condition after shooting himself in the leg for the second time in 3 months.
Man, well, you know, that's Mother
First
Nature's
time.
way of weeding out the stupid. I mean,
Yes. So he was the officer put a tourniquet on it. That's what saved his life this time. But last time it wasn't as serious.
This time.
yeah, I put a tourniquet on his neck.
Can we even begin to ask why there's a this time?
Was it you, Jacob? Was it Jacob?
Hey, okay, here's
So a
the
guy
one.
cuts off the last finger that he had on his hand as he was juggling chainsaws again. It's like, really?
Or he
If
cuts
you've
off
already
it.
cut off, you cut off 2 fingers the first time. I'm just saying.
I have
man working in a wood shop has cut off his last finger and could not call the police.
I have a family member that shot himself in the foot. Well, I told you guys about that.
Yeah, but the listeners have no idea. Keep going.
An hour after a gun safety class. He thought he unloaded it and he didn't.
You ever seen about the
He was in the upstairs apartment too.
you ever seen the big burly firearms instructor that's teaching the high school kids, and he has a loaded weapon on his side, goes to draw it, shoots himself in the leg.
No, he doesn't.
How about
Yes, sir, he
this?
does.
How about this?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry,
So
it's hard to tell from the same.
I have twin pistols, twin 9-shot, 22 Western style pistols
Get
that were
some.
bought from my dad and my uncle when my dad was 8 years old. So that would have been my dad 8 and Ricky 6. So I have these 2 pistols. Well, I had my dad's. Well, then when Ricky died, I got Ricky's.
Cool.
Mine that was my father's was never loaded because it was just a gun in a cabinet for
Right.
me. Ricky carried his, so his was loaded. I thought they were both unloaded.
Mm-hmm.
So at my office in my other house, there was the bed, the doorway that goes through the room, and then a desk. So there was probably 5 feet between the two, maybe 6. So I take these 2 guns out, and like a dummy, I pull back the hammers, and I'm holding them like outlaw Josie Wells. I'm like, man, look at this. And now back, because I never dry fire a gun. So I back the hammers back down. I set them on the desk. This girl that I know picked up the one that was loaded and dry fired it. Well, it wasn't dry.
Yeah.
She shot a friggin' 22 in my bedroom, and it was a 22 long jacket hollow point,
Get some.
and it went through the metal of the door, and on the other side, it just bumped out like a knuckle, you know?
Yeah.
And the craziest part of all of it is my brother never came upstairs to say, hey, I just heard a gun.
No, he didn't.
He never heard
Yeah,
the
they
22.
pretty much just expected it up there.
So it was just hilarious, though, because I'm like, son of a gun. You know, and people say to me, well, you shouldn't have had the gun loaded if you didn't know it was loaded. I said, yeah, but I treat every gun like it's loaded.
absolutely.
I said, in my case, I didn't know that one was loaded. So yes, I pulled the hammer back, but I also don't dry fire a gun.
Yeah.
So for me, nothing,
Now, in my family, you learn how to shoot when either male or female, little boy, little girl, about 9, 10 years old.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's a big safety thing. Now, here's the thing. Do you know that I'll be 51 here in about 2 months. I have never had, in the military, we called it a negligent discharge, but
You have two. You've got 2 kids.
Well, 3 kids.
Well, the first one might have not been negligent. Is my point.
So,
the look on his face said it all.
Well, no, I mean, so if it was really, I'll tell you how bad it is for me is that I was a helicopter pilot and we carried 9mm. And everybody was going to lunch. I was up at 10th Mountain Division on Griffiths Air Force Base, and all the pilots were going to go to lunch. Well, you couldn't carry your weapon. It's New York. You can't carry a weapon around like that. So I said, hey, I'll stay. Yeah, even though you're in the military. I was flying a $6 million aircraft with all the weapons on it, but I couldn't carry a pistol into a restaurant. Figure that one out. All right, so
it's the U.S.
Somebody had to stay back, and we weren't going to put them back in the armory because you got to sign them back out and all that other stuff. So I said, hey, I'll stay in the pilot's lounge. Everybody give me your weapon. Every single solitary pilot in that company walked up to me and just undid their weapon and handed it to me. I dropped the magazine, locked the weapon to the rear, checked the breech, let it go, put the magazine back in it, and set it down. Every single one of them. This one guy that was had a little bit of a background like me, he comes in at the end and he said, did you check every last one of those weapons? And I looked at him, he goes, what the hell am I saying? Of course you did. No wonder why it took so long. When they came back, when I handed them their weapon, if they just holstered it, I called them back. I said, you check that weapon. They're like, dude, you don't have any ammo. You just check the weapon. It's not so much checking the weapon as much as it is the habit.
Getting into the habit,
the weapon. If I take my firearm out right now, I will drop the magazine, lock it to the rear, and hand it to you that way. And people, that know what they're doing. Like if I hand it to Tyler, he won't let the slide go forward. He'll just kind of look at it and hand it back.
Huh? Could you do that hand gesture again? No. God, you are such a douche nugget. When you acted like Tyler was handing you the gun back, look, he did it with his pinky hanging out.
Well, that's the way he did it.
I know. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, I thought you were getting.
That's because he's used to doing that.
Quit doing that.
Doing what?
The other thing that you were doing.
That?
Stop. You're on camera.
Oh. To change the subject today.
No.
So,
today,
14.
I was trying to be patient and let him finish his story so I could lead into mine.
Okay.
So I go to a state park yesterday. Not a state park, but a city park yesterday.
Ooh.
As I was reading the sign for double checking reasons only about the do nots, it says do not open carry, which I don't open carry.
Yeah.
But with the way my barrel can pop out at any, my barrel is like a 12-year-old's penis. It'll pop out at any moment. So,
oh my God, it's after 8.
As I'm bending over to pick up my granddaughter, you can see the white sight on that Glock. And there was a Spanish descendant young fella sitting on a bench with his wife, and they were both playing on their friggin' Facebooks and not paying attention to their kid.
Mm-hmm.
So their kid was up and down the slide next to Zaylee, and we had helped the daughter a couple times, make sure she was okay. And then all of a sudden, the questionably illegal Spanish descendants beaners noticed that I had a gun.
Do it before dog gets here.
And you should have seen their difference of how they were not playing on their phones anymore.
I bet.
Well, they probably thought you were a cop.
They probably did.
Yeah. I get that.
We gotta go. We're illegal.
But it was just so funny because there was a bunch of shady individuals there.
Yeah.
If you're at the park, I thought you were. That's not surprising.
No, we were on Parker Road.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of shady individuals there when we got there, but within moments, there weren't a lot of shady individuals there anymore.
Yeah, they passed the word that you're a cop or ICE. Yeah. Because you do look like
kind of funny.
It's
kind of funny,
You could definitely pull off undercover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I could too.
It was just hilarious.
There's nothing undercover.
Because every time I was picking Zaylee up, my shirt would lift. So I'd pull my shirt back down. And
You know, you said
I was
something.
trying to be respectful because of the kids seeing the gun, not the parents. I care less about the parents.
Yeah.
But what was funny is the clientele, if you will, of working in said park must have went on a Sunday afternoon break when I got there, because
There's never anybody working.
A lot of them, no, they were working. If you're following my message, they were working, but they decided to find another place to work when I got there.
Absolutely. But you know, you said something. I want to comment on it real quick. You said that you helped the other child, right? The other little girl.
Yes. Well, she fell down the steps one time. She was running too fast. And literally the steps are big so that the little kids don't fall so easy, but she was not holding the rail. And she lost her balance and she fell down 2 of them. And I had to throw my hand out because I was on the side of the step where I was helping Zaylee. So I then had to hold Zaylee with my right hand and throw my left hand out. And the girl fell into my arm before she went down the next 2 that would have dropped her on the ground. What was your point though?
Why
were the parents not?
Why were you watching that child and preventing that child from getting hurt?
Playing on their phones.
Jesus Christ. You know, I'm the guy that says stuff. I am the guy that will say something at a park about that. I will yell at the top of my lungs, hey, you want to watch a kid?
Well, it was just so weird because we were okay. It didn't bother us that we were,
I know, but it helping me.
Yeah, it did kind of bother me a little bit when we kept looking up and they were just steady.
Yeah, why is it? And it's not your responsibility. You did it out of caring for a child. So that's
I didn't want to know I was standing there and watched her hit the friggin' ground. That but
here's the thing.
terrible.
Here's the thing that's worse, Scotty. The parents were sitting there and they would have watched their own kid get hurt.
Oh, I'm with you.
Where you're saying you don't want to see it and you don't even know who the little beaner is.
Look at Doc's face. You told me, hey, where are you going?
What the hell are you doing? Oh, my God.
And I ride in the car with you.
Jeez.
If anybody's watching video, never let Denise drive. Denise, what chair are you fixing to sit in? No. Oh my God.
The other one always goes there. You know that. Hey,
you know the top turns. You don't have to keep picking the damn thing up, turning the whole tripod.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just turn it. You don't have to adjust that.
How many Denises does it take to change a light bulb?
That'll be fine. I'll get up and fix it. We're going to go to commercial anyways. If I let you touch anything technical.
How many Denises does it take to change a light bulb?
She can drive a 1945 car, but do not let her drive a new Lexus because she'll want to touch all the buttons.
Get this. How many Denises does it take to change a light bulb?
Yeah.
It takes 1,000. 1 to hold it and 999 to spin the house around.
Oh, my God. All right, everybody, let's go to a commercial. We will be right back.
I got to give me a Doc hug.
A Doc, is anything like a Dr. Pepper? A Doc hug? All right, everybody, hang tight. We'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning.
The 150 acres, I'll have half a house to myself. Good Lord, you know, and I'm forward the ability to give it all away. So you got to feel good not being in a car. I can't do that. There's little plane hops, you know. Like you can go from here to Vegas for $99 one way.
Part of it is that Benny is coming out of an MS player, and everybody keeps telling her what she can't do.
What are we talking about?
Benny
What about her?
Having a flare up.
having an MS player.
Why you didn't fly?
Probably didn't fly. Well, you know, that was the biggest reason I didn't fly is because they wanted me to fly on September 11th. And I never fly on that.
Shit, that'd probably been the safest day ever.
That would be
He came
hard.
and told you he missed you, but I haven't seen him since. Tuesday?
Who?
You. You didn't tell me you missed me. I didn't get a hug.
It's because I don't miss you. Ooh, that was mean. I'll give you.
That was me.
Plus, you're acting all weird today. So.
I told you
She's in pain.
earnest about my husband being at work today.
Why? It's not like he's a freaking.
Because he freaking had anaphylactic shock. You don't understand how close he was.
Hey, could you shut up? You're on camera.
Oh my gosh.
Get some, Doc. Look at Doc over there. Doc ain't wearing no underwear. Cool. I sketch.
No, who was that newscaster that did that? Some newscaster did that.
No, there's a ton of them.
All right, we're back.
These bloopers are funny.
Oh, your text just came in. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I did one for my church yesterday.
A text?
Well, it's I take these pictures of this little girl.
It's Catholic church. It was probably a little boy.
No, it's Christian church. God, that was terrible.
Did you hear him? I did one of those yesterday.
Wow.
That's as
horrible.
wrong as two boys having sex in church.
Oh my God. Or farting in church.
That's
If-
an angel speaking.
Yeah, if you're Christian, it's okay to fart, but if you're Catholic, you can't fart. You're not allowed to fart
Oh my
unless you go to
gosh.
confession, because then it's all like a confined area, and it'll be like, "What are yours?" Whoa, dude!
Confessions the farting booth. What's up, Doc? Give me some dark sunglasses you got on there.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah.
Are you hungover?
No.
Go like
What
that.
time did you go to bed?
Okay.
Just give me a damn time, woman.
She was gonna go.
I just said what time did you go to
It's-
bed?
It's
I
gonna
went to sleep at 1 and Benny
Okay.
woke me up at 3.
Okay.
So there.
be wow.
You know what time we went to bed?
What time?
2:30 in the morning.
You guys
Zaylee did not sleep for nothing. Every time she moved, she screamed crying.
Oh, she's got.
And I come downstairs, and damn it, at 1:45 in the morning, Emmy's not down here doing some laundry.
Man, if one of us was
I said
eating
to my
on the
wife-
microphone, oh my God.
First of all, we're on a commercial break.
Oh, I thought we were back live.
No.
Didn't he say we were?
Do you
back
hear
live?
the music?
I always hear music.
Yeah, but what you hear is a friggin' carousel.
Usually it's,
merry-go-round.
usually it's like ice cream truck music or just a humming noise.
No, I said the video was live, and y'all need to keep that in mind when you say stupid stuff that doesn't need to be aired.
Are you still having an affair?
Oh my God.
How's your herpes flare up? I mean, really?
Have you met with your probation officer yet?
No, he wants me to pee in a cup. That's why I'm going to shave my head.
Did they ask for the body?
No, there is nobody. Shh. Come on now.
Where's
All right,
your,
going back
where's your
live.
boob?
Hey, Doc, what was that question?
She said, "Where's your boob?"
I know. I want. Good morning, everyone.
Wait,
Good dog.
let's go back to that last question.
Yeah,
Doc.
really.
What did she say? How's my boob?
Where is your boob? Is what she
I thought
said.
whenever you talked about boobs, it had to be plural.
Well, no,
Boobs.
because okay, so we have these wonderful embroidery shirts. Shout out to the lady in Conyers who did them.
She's
She-
so out of it.
She didn't do mine.
You almost would believe Doc was hungover from
Yeah.
alcohol at this point. It's not. It's just lack of sleep.
It's lack of sleep. So
Yeah.
I put my shirt on this morning. The first shirt that she did, it was perfect. But this one is
A
like,
little too far over.
yeah, it's like I got a boob shirt. So
Well, you remember
Crystal.
with
Because Crystal
Crystal's
had
the other
the same
night.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said to her that I said that I put the stickers that we made. I don't want to sound bad. We told her, I said, listen, every girl's shirt has exactly where we want them placed, and she didn't read that part.
oh, so that's why they're not centered.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, because Crystal's is
Because
way
we
off.
put
Crystal's is way
because
off.
everybody's has a different size chest. Everybody wears their shirts differently.
Right.
So each person tried these on, and we marked them exactly where we wanted the logo.
Doc tried to mark.
I was.
I mean, we got a great deal on the price
We
for the
did.
logo. The problem is by the time you do the great price, you still got the purchase of the shirts. Thank God I already owned all my shirts.
Well, I didn't spend. I think I spent like $20 for 4
Right.
shirts.
mine.
So,
Shout
But-
out to Kohl's.
but we learned
Walmart.
that we got to have the knitted material,
yes.
like an old school Izod or a polo, versus that new dry wick, whatever stuff I have, because that doesn't embroider that great.
They have a little cream for that.
Oh,
Dry wick.
God.
and the stretchy
And the
t-shirts.
award for the most perverted old man in the building goes to
It's every day.
Denise.
Mike.
Oh.
It's every day for him.
I know.
Hey, did y'all hear about Germany? Because I'm talking with Karina. They're anticipating 1 million refugees in Germany.
Holy
Shut
cow.
Are you serious?
Yep. Hey, guess what, German Chancellor? You screwed up.
Wow.
Okay,
Jesus. You know what
Isn't-
1 million refugees does
Isn't
to your-
this a million Muslims?
Yes.
So this would be like the million Muslim march on
Wow.
Germany.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how you see all these pictures and there's very few
Where's
women
Berlin?
and children? Berlin is in Germany, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you want to put that damn wall back up now.
Yeah.
They said that they're trying to. You know what you do? You know
Sorry,
what you-
Doc. That was a good one. I'm
You
just-
know what you don't do with
It wasn't
refugees?
good.
You try to contain them after you haven't tried to contain them. And that's what they're doing now. They're trying to stream. Nope. Goodbye, Germany. Y'all be speaking Ishlach Lama by the end of the week.
Wow.
put a wall up.
What are they gonna?
How come
Where are
there's
they
no
gonna
women and
put all
kids?
of them?
How come there's no women and kids? How come
Why
it's
are,
all
they,
guys?
why are they running here, by the way?
Why are they? I mean, because Syria is like freaking a war. It's like Yugoslavia was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
shooting
explain
everybody
that
in the
to
streets.
People that aren't paying attention.
Well, I mean, geez, that's a long, depressing conversation.
No, just give us the fast
Yeah.
version. Remember, you're on a radio
Give it-
show and not everybody knows what you think you might know.
Do the Reader's Digest version, Mike.
Reader's Digest version.
Hell, give me the
Um,
Cliff Notes version, that red book.
There
or the
is
yellow book.
there's about 3 major world powers to include ISIS now and the Russians and the Americans and British and everybody else who are basically converging into Syria, and it's causing a mass what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Mass exodus.
Exodus, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Of refugees, and these refugees are not only going by air; they're going by they're in the water. A boat capsized last weekend, and like
that-
20 something people died, including children. Germany opened up their borders because they do have a good welfare system.
Why are they not running to Africa? There's plenty of land there.
Because there's nothing to offer, and there's no.
Oh, I know.
resources
They want
to-
free.
Is that the
Yes.
pictures from all those kids?
Yes.
I don't mean to sound
Yes.
insensitive, but the problem is you ready for this? This is just like having those stupid cousins come stay with you at your house. I know you want to help them, but it's going to ruin your quality of life.
Well, Germany is about the size of Oregon. So let me give you a little.
Yeah,
thing
throw
there.
a million more
I-
people in there. That's
Exactly.
horrible.
They were nice enough to say we'll accept our. The United States, they're anywhere from 10 to 100,000 is what we're anticipating here.
We do know that's a lie, right?
Yes.
If we're if we're going to admit to 100,000, that means
Yeah.
there's going to be 400,000 sneak through the back door.
I would say probably close to 1 million here too.
Mm-mm-mm.
So if you look at it that way, I
Send them
saw
to California, East Compton. Send
Yeah.
them straight to East Compton.
right outside of Kabul, there's a road. It's called Jalalabad Road, and it goes basically from Kabul to Pakistan. But Jalalabad Road was the site of like Charlie Wilson's War, that movie, where he drove up and saw what 1 million people look like in a field. That field was about 3 kilometers away from where I lived. So we used to drive by it to go to.
Is there a
Barbara.
picture of this you can pull up?
Yes, absolutely. It's horrible though. It's disgusting to see 1 million people living in a giant field.
I just wanted to see what a
Yeah, I
million
just wanna
people in a
see what
field
it
look
looks
like.
I'll get it, but
Thank
it is very depressing. Now, what I'm wanting to say here is that Germany is a beautiful, beautiful country. It's an amazing country, rich with history and tradition and culture, and just absolutely magnificent people that live there. The language is a little rough and it's a little hard to, but they will help you. Almost everyone there speaks some English.
Stop trying to kiss up. She already.
No.
listens to
I
the
lived
show.
there. I lived in Germany for 3 years. If I won the lottery, I'd go live in
Can you
Germany.
get to the point about the refugee part?
Yeah, they're going to destroy that beautiful country. They are going to rape and pillage that country because there's so much free You see what I'm saying? I went to a Volts March every weekend, and people I didn't even know.
Went to a what?
A Volts March. It's like you go on a little 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer walk through the woods, and you get a beer stein. I probably have 200 beer steins. Excuse me, but and you get coins, and everybody sits around and eats and drinks at the end of it. People,
So it's just very friendly.
Let me give you an example of the German
But that's
culture.
what you're saying. They're
Yes.
very friendly, and now you're saying these other people, the dirt daubers, are just going to show up and ruin everything.
Yeah, because the culture in Germany, if I'm sitting at a table and let's say me and my ex-wife and my kid were sitting at a table and there's another chair here, if the restaurant was full, someone might come in and in German ask you, "Is hier frei? Is this seat free?" And you would say yes, and they would sit down. You wouldn't know this person from Adam. But in Germany, that's the culture. That's the hospitality of those folks. They will let other people sit at their table and eat their dinner.
Even in, like, we went to an authentic Greek restaurant
Mhm.
in
Same thing.
Chicago, and it was the exact
Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Everybody
Now-
was so just.
Now, guess what? They're about to have 1 million people that just want, and feel entitled.
Well, why don't they want somewhere else?
There's no other place for them to go.
Would you rather them come here?
Here's the thing that I'm trying to figure out is we were watching some Periscope, and there was a guy walking outside of a train station. I can't remember what country, but all the refugees are sitting on the side of the sidewalk, blah, 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 blah. Here's my thing. We can't just walk into Mexico.
Right.
So how did all these people get out of there?
Well, you know that the laws. Think about Russia. Years ago, you could not just walk out of Russia,
Right.
and you dang sure couldn't walk in.
That's
And
what I'm
that's
asking.
what the Baltics broke away and everything else. And you start getting all these smaller countries and things like that broke away from the Soviet Union. And you didn't have to have papers,
I bet they wish they had some papers now.
Well, here's the thing is, hell, I haven't been able to go on a damn vacation in 3 years. And Florida's what, 3 hours away from us? But yet these people can travel all the way across the country with nothing?
With no money? That's what I'm getting at.
Write a book. I need to know how to do that.
That's what I'm asking is how did they get from all these places to these other places?
Well, you have a lot of Christian, or let's just say religious or spiritual groups that will interpret the word of God by saying we need to take care of these people because they're in need. The book of Galatians talks about that. So
yeah, but isn't these the same people that their book says kill anybody that's not part of them?
Well, and at what point
Hmm.
do you stop taking in other people and take care of your own people?
well, apparently that's what our government's for.
That's what
And-
pissed me off so bad about when I was doing the homeless around here. I was taking care of the homeless because I was having all these church groups, the big church groups now, hitting me up here in Conyers. Any of your overflow, man, let us have it. We go to Atlanta. And I said, I'm taking care of the people that live in our
Yeah.
community.
Right.
Yeah, but let me have whatever you got so we can go in Atlanta. And I said, can I ask you a question? How many homeless people did you drive past on your way to Atlanta? Like, I know I'm helping the ones under the bridge that you're driving past.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I'm helping the ones that you
Absolutely.
drove past. You want to take all the resources that are given to me to take care of our people in our community. That's why all the people donated to me and to my bus and to my people, because they knew that we were taking care of our community. And you want me to give you all that so you can go to Atlanta and take care of somebody else? And the problem is what people fail to understand. They go, Scott, that sure is mean. Really? Let me tell you something. Georgia Pacific has an outreach program. All these big companies donate to help all the people in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
All these other Christian groups are already going into Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why do we need 5 more from Conyers to go into Atlanta? How about you take care of your own people?
Like Christian City. Tomlin's involved with that and everything. But Christian City is huge, and every single time they do any type of production, they're always taking up, and 90% of whatever they take in goes back to helping these people. But I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of these nonprofits. You can look them up because you have to report what percentage of your the donations, contributions that come in, how much of it actually goes to your cause.
Well, Michael Bolton got in trouble years and years ago. The Michael Bolton Foundation only donated like 2%.
Yeah, that's
Really?
a lot of
By
them
the
are like
time
that.
they paid the CEO, by the time they paid all the expenses, by the time they paid everything,
Yes, sir.
only 2% of their yearly donations
It's horrible.
made it to the actual
And
problem.
now,
Yeah.
now he obviously that foundation was based on the Bolton name, the brand name.
Right.
But here's the thing.
I mean,
is-
it wasn't Michael accepting the money.
Yeah,
it's
it's
his
a
foundation.
But here's the thing: you can look it up on the nonprofit screens and stuff on the internet, and you find out some of the big ones. And I'll give you an example that I know that's close to my heart is the Wounded Warrior Project.
Right.
Okay, and everybody's like, the Wounded Warrior Project is magnificent and all that other stuff. They take in $125 million a year
In the name of veterans.
and do you know how much the CEO gets paid?
100 million.
Yeah, like 5 million plus bennies and packages.
Wow.
Come on.
And
I thought this was all like
$5 million?
Smokey the Bear's the only
Why?
person I ever knew that didn't make a penny. And that's
Good
Smokey himself.
Lord.
I'm just saying. The
You're
cartoon
supposed-
guy
you're
made
supposed to
nothing.
be
The
taking
cartoon.
care of
wounded veterans.
you're supposed to be taking care of veterans. Why not? He's not the chairman of the board just because he walked in the room at the right time. I'm sure he's involved in a lot of other things. So here's the thing: is that 5 million probably pales in comparison to his total. But look at Trump, man. Trump had someone offer him like $10 million to help with his campaign.
Right.
He turned it down. $10 million.
Yeah, because he doesn't need
He
that.
doesn't-
He said, I don't want to owe anybody anything when I'm the president. So I like that.
Mhm.
Okay. I know Trump's a SOB, but I like the fact that he's not going to be bought. But everybody says, oh, he's in cahoots with this and he's in cahoots with that. And I always say the same thing. Prove it. That's what I like about the nonprofit thing is you have to file that paperwork. And I think, Scotty, didn't you do a vamp rant about 2-3 weeks ago?
I don't know about what.
Yeah, because you had
He's like, which
you
one?
Periscope
About what?
on donating to, I don't want to say fraudulent, but let's say,
Oh, no, I made the comment that I have to be very careful about what I associate myself with because I found that, there's some fraudulent. Okay, let me just word it this way. There's a lady who I don't know her name because I never remember her name, but boy, I'll never forget her face. Every time I would see her at a motorcycle event, she would tell me the same lie. She twisted a little bit, but she'd tell the same lie. And the problem is you've told lies so much that you can't remember who you told it to and how you told it. So you just start telling. But every time I would see her, it's like, oh my God, Scotty, I need your help. I ain't seen you in over a year, which is wrong because I saw her every few months and then I ran from her most of the time when I saw her. But it was how her daughter had cancer, which was a lie. All of it was a
Oh,
lie.
my
Anytime
God.
anybody
Oh,
does
wow.
that, oh my God, it hurts.
All of it was
So
a lie.
bad.
We need to do a charity for her and we needed this. And then I started finding out from a lot of the big motorcycle shops and motorcycle bars that they were like, look, we don't allow this woman in here. Like the managers or the owners or whoever would walk up to me and go, hey man, the chick you were just talking to, please tell me that you're not going to get wrapped up doing anything for
wow.
her. And I'm like, no, dude. They're like, well, she's been known to steal money. She's been known to do all these lies, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh yeah, dude, I already know all that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
We're a very, for the motorcycle world to change, it's nowhere is tight as it was 5 years ago. But it was almost like the mafia. Whereas if somebody farted the wrong way, you heard about it.
well, and my thing, I've had friends that have had their kids really have cancer and crap, and I would do stuff for them in a heartbeat, but it pees me off so bad when somebody lies about it.
Oh God, yeah.
And I mean,
There was one probably a year ago. We started hearing about this dude that was telling everybody that he had tumors and all this, that, and other, and then we found out it was all bogus.
but see, then you turn
Let's talk about
around,
something else.
What if they really got one and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I just can't put my name to it.
Yeah.
And in the bike world, the problem is here's what's happened. 5 years ago, everybody was honest to an extent.
Yeah.
But then people started figuring out that these charity rides, I would never touch cash to begin with. But a lot of these people started realizing how much cash was getting shuffled.
Yeah.
So people started just coming up with grandma needs a new toenail. Grandma needs a new hip.
Yeah,
Grandma needs new glasses. Grandma needs a hearing aid. And I'm making all these as jokes because none of that had anything to do with bikes. Like if somebody approached me and said, listen, I got a kid that's blah, blah, blah. Bikers will jump on that and I'll help that because it's a kid. But if it's an adult, I'm not helping an adult sometimes because let me tell you, I had a guy come up to me in a bar. I worked there every Friday night. I was there for a couple of years and I would be there sometimes on Saturday nights, just hanging out. But I watched him go through $100 to $200 a night, Friday and Saturday night. He's in there trying to get laid every weekend. He comes up to me and says, hey man, I need your help. I need you to put together a charity for me. I said, for what? He said, man, I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to lose my car. How are my kids going to, make it to school? How am I going to this? How am I going to that? And I said, and of course he was drunk. I was working. I just said, well, get with me later. And next weekend, the same thing. And then I finally looked and I said, you do realize I'm not going to do crap for you, right? Like you do get this. Like I tried to be nice the first couple times. And then I finally leaned over because he's yelling at me in the booth and I'm going to lean over to talk to him. And I finally looked at him. But when I had to lean over and put my ear to his face, we're only like 6-8 inches away. So I turned and I was almost nose to nose with him. And I looked at him. I said, you do get, I won't do nothing for you, right? He's like, what is that supposed to be, man? This is for my kids. I said, you're in here every Friday, Saturday night, dropping between $100 and $200 a night. Yeah. Chasing women. And you're not paying your house payment. You're not paying your car payment. And you want to try to sucker me to help you. Here's the thing. If I get screwed up one time suckering somebody and I find out it's fraudulent, I'll have people when they find out say, Scotty, if you knew, well, if I knew, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah. So I just had to pull away. I can't do all that.
And that's the thing is I actually, even this weekend, I got screwed over by somebody that I helped out and then turns around and goes and does all this crazy expensive stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, well, how about this? I had a guy. Are you fixing? Don't change the subject on me.
No. Okay. I was just from Germany. She just made a very, very good point. And this is Karina from Heidelberg. She said, we have homeless and retirees that barely make it, but boy, they'll spend millions. Now you got to remember, these are euros too, millions on those damn refugees. And half of them, this is a great point. Half of them aren't even part of that real cause. They're from Croatia, Romania, and Yugoslavia. You see what I'm saying? Is all the other people
right now the problem is
on the bandwagon.
That's what I was going to say. If people are just running into these countries, they're just going to let them all.
I never even considered that.
Yep. Well, hello. If you're just opening the door,
man,
leave your window open and see what flies in your window. It ain't going to be just mosquitoes. I mean, duh. That's a no friggin' brainer. Now, how about this?
Did he just call me dumb?
No.
He said,
but you messed me up on where I was going with the.
It was still part of the story.
So. How about, we've had situations where we've helped somebody get money and then 2 or 3 weeks later, somebody's in Daytona.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I can't put my name on that. I'm sorry.
Do people feel bad? Is there remorse? No. That's what scares me.
No, man, this is cash money.
Oh my God, that would eat me alive. In fact, I just remember during the break, because I got us water for the studio because there's no water. I think we offered something to somebody. We didn't have any water. I felt bad. I went and got water. How do people take money from other people?
Dude, I've helped two things that were amazing that will forever stay in my mind. Is we helped a guy named Joseph get a set of lungs. He had a lung transplant.
Jeez.
That was friggin' awesome. And then the one thing that I couldn't help with, this will haunt me for the rest of my life. I wasn't able to help. Because there had been 4 or 5 fraudulent things that had been happening around this area, is at the time that people started realizing there was cash to be made. And I'll go into the bar part of it in a second, but there was a lady that reached out to us that was a Waffle House lady right there at 78 in Monroe next to the Walmart distribution center. She'd been working Waffle House for like 30 years. Everybody knew this old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Old lady got diagnosed with cancer. She was dying. There was no, we're going to fix her from dying. There was none of that. Mm-hmm. So when people approached me about doing a charity, they said, listen, we want to do a charity unlike anyone we ever done in a charity event. And they said, she's dying. There's no getting money up to save her. But what she said was, I don't want to die and my kids have to pay my expenses. So all she wanted was, before she died, for us to do something to help her get enough money to pay for her funeral. And I couldn't help her because there was 5 or 6 really shitty, and I said the word shitty, charities happening between Rockdale, Covington, McDonough, and Monroe and Gwinnett. All our neighboring areas were just flooded with grandma needs a hip.
Yeah.
And that had nothing to do with the motorcycle business. It had nothing to do with motorcycle riders. This particular lady had been, you know, a waitress to truck drivers for 30 years. Every friggin' biker in the world would have loved to have helped this girl, but we were so flooded at the time with stupid charities that were not real, you know. And Horizons has had a couple people come in lately going, we heard y'all are so good at giving, and then they'll reach out to me and go, do you know anything about this charity? And then I start making phone calls, find out that's not even real. Like, people will talk to me when they won't talk to the newspaper, they won't talk to the police, and I can call and they'll be like, Scotty, just don't mention my name, but I'll tell you that right there, that's not true. That person right there doesn't have cancer. This is a lie.
Do they not realize that you can make a couple phone calls and find out if it's true? That's what I'm like. Are people that stupid?
But these
that
people,
they don't think?
yeah, but the problem is a lot of these people don't think anybody's going to search into it. I have to. Before I can put my name on it, I have to make phone calls. I call it my no-fly zone. It's just like air traffic control. If this is a no-fly zone, I need to know. So hypothetically, say someone in the gay and lesbian community reached out and told me somebody was dying, who would I call? Doc, do you know these people? If Doc said no, I'm gonna be like, here's their Facebook. Look on their friends list and see, do you know any of their friends? And that's, we start researching.
And then it's sad that you have to do
we
that.
We did that with that military, remember? And
yes.
I checked it out and I went, okay, this guy's not, he's saying he's special ops. He wasn't special ops.
Yeah, I had a guy come up asking me to do something for veterans. and he come up to me at a veterans event asking me to do stuff for veterans. But then shortly after that, we find out that that's not the case. Yeah. And you don't need to say nothing else because we never know who's listening. But we found out that it wasn't. It wasn't for veterans. It would have been putting money in somebody's pocket,
and it was very strange.
So, and that happens more than y'all can ever imagine. But this is why I don't touch cash,
which is very smart of you.
For instance, we was at a Hooters years ago doing bike night, and the sidekick, Sandy, and Queen Bee got roped into helping do the 50-50, which we never, ever touch cash. So they got roped into doing this. Management and everything said, man, our girls are working. We're too busy. Y'all are going to have to do it. So they sent 2 girls, though, to walk around to sell the tickets. So in the Macon Hooters, when you walk in, there's a foyer area, and to the left is a countertop where they sell all the shirts, and then there's another set of doors that walks into the restaurant. So we are able to go back in there where they sell shirts. So I walk into the foyer, Crystal Miller and the sidekick are behind the counter in the t-shirt vending area, and they're counting cash out on the counter. I'm standing there. Sandy's standing there. So we're counting this cash out. Hollywood sticks his head, at the time was the manager of the Macon Harley Davidson. He sticks his head out and says, all right, let's go one more round. Let's make some more money. Let's do one more round. And this was for like the battered women's something happening down there. So we counted out the money. So when we counted out the money, hold on, stay focused. We'll go talk about that on commercial. So we count out this money. We know about where we were. Well, then when we said, let's go one more round, come on. If I'm on the mic telling everybody dig deep, let's do this for a great charity, Hollywood's telling them we can assume we should at least make another $100.
Oh, yeah. Geez.
That's just an easy assumption. Yeah. We should at least have more than $100. So when we go count the money up again to get the tally, we're actually over $200 less than where we should have been. So we found that we were actually 100 less than we were from the count before we went back out there. So we're assuming if we were a 100 less and we should have been 100 plus, we were probably missing around $200. Well, this is when I looked at everybody that works for me and I was cussing. I was pissed because I was going, see, this is why we don't touch the money. This is why we don't touch the money so that we can't get blamed
That's
for any
right.
of this crap. So, needless to say, we went and whispered it to all the powers that be. So everybody in charge of what was happening knew what was going on. The next month, I was up here doing this one. And at the time, I did every Tuesday in Conyers. And once a month, which is the beginning of the month, we would do the first Tuesday of every month in Macon. So this next month was a special event. So they had a band. So I stayed here. So me, Crystal Miller, the sidekick, all of us were here working this bike night. The only person with our team would have been Sandy, and she worked for U.S. Rider. So Sandy calls me and says, you're never going to believe what happened. I said, what? She said, the 50-50 just happened again. She said, and it came up short again.
Oh, my God.
I said, really? I said, what's the one common denominator? She said, one of the girls that we used last month is doing it again this month.
There you go.
I went, well, there you go. So it turned out to be a Hooter girl that was stealing the money out of the pot. But what happens is, and I need to paint a good paintbrush, you've got a beer bucket. You got a beer bucket that's been getting passed around, and you got guys that are distracted by boobies, and they're just throwing cash, and all it takes is for that girl to just pocket a 20 here and there.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody's going to notice it. She could walk behind the counter for a second. She could do anything for a quick second, and the money's gone. And that's the problem with all the cash. And I know I'm overemphasizing it, but I want everybody to know that when you go to some of these events, I know I might be tainting the water by warning you this, but at the same time, they're tainting the water by doing this. So you have to be very clear about what you'll put. Like the Brian Mahaffey ride, I know 100% that goes to the Cops Foundation, which is a concern of police survivors. I know where that money goes. March of Dimes, Relay for Life, things like that. When I put my name on it, it's because I trust it.
Right.
If I don't have my name on it, you might want to question why I'm not doing that event. And a lot of times people don't look at it that way. They go, why ain't you doing that event, Scotty? They didn't want you. You might want to think about that. Maybe I didn't want them. Just saying.
Yeah.
So let's shoot off the commercial. I know I backed it up a couple times. Mike's got that picture we're going to take a look at. Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back. It's DJ Scotty and the fun crew in the morning. And
Talking about refugees.
And right now, right now it's the Monday morning blues.
Hey, it is what it is.
But hey, as I always try to explain to everybody, every time that I think we're having a bad morning and I'm like, man, we just weren't on point today, we got to remember they're all like that. It's not just us. Everybody's having Monday morning blues. So hang tight. We'll be back just a second.
Cool.
Cool.
Now what I was going to show you is, now this is.
I know, but it was just taken
Oh,
away
I
from
know,
what we
I know.
were talking
No.
about. That
But-
changed the subject.
I was going to show you. Look, who's that?
Ding.
Who's that?
I don't know who is that.
You can't tell that big smile and gray hair.
That's like this bag, I know.
Shut up. I'm not gay. All right, but look at this right here. So, all right, so when we would drive down Jalalabad Road, this was the view right here. And it was, you got to figure the military, the Afghan military was on the left side, kind of keep control. But this went on for like 2 miles. That's all you saw. The smell, dude.
Oh, I'm sure because they're peeing and pooping wherever they want.
Buddy, the smell was so bad. You tried not to breathe the whole time. Now, as they started, let's see. No, hold on.
So they have to, that's a tent.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is this is warm.
Germany's gonna look like.
Yeah, it's warm outside right now. In the winter, they burn all this stuff. They burn all the plastic and all the trash to try to keep warm.
Do they burn the food too?
Yes, and it's this black haze that's maybe 100 feet off of the ground.
Yeah, that's
and
not
it's,
healthy to breathe.
well, that's why I sound like this. I didn't sound like this before I went.
Did you get out of my way?
No.
Get that water.
Does everybody see?
Is that a new one?
A bunch of stuff got shoved under my counter and it hit the down the drain line and flooded my kitchen and screwed my floor up. Look, that's still wet. I gotta wait till it dries before I can even start to leak.
So did you fix it?
Well, yeah, that's Hey, I'm gonna show you something. Where you at? Come here and look at this. I want you to see something. I've been trying for weeks to figure out what's going on with my bathroom. Look at this. See all this shit?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Step back and watch. Look at that floor. And then every time somebody gets up to go pee,
That's where
it all goes. Look at this. All this is just peeling. I know. I need another one. I've been trying for weeks. I'm like, where does this shit keep coming from? But this chair's got to go.
We can go to that place.
Well, this chair is a good chair. I could get this base off. So that's what I need to look at. See if I can take this base and put on that chair.
That chair, the armrest.
On this one. This one ain't gonna come off. This is my chair. This is what I use here.
Did you ever get this finished?
Yeah, it's got a weird grip, but not enough to even really be a grip. But see, my thought was if I could get that base fixed, I could always use that chair over here on camera.
Or we could go to East the Leon to that chair market right across from the Kudzu Antique Mall.
Okay,
And they
just
have
let me know where it is and when. We'll have to go.
All right, because they have the office chairs there for like $10, $15, $20.
Oh yeah, we so need to do that.
What about that unclaimed?
We'll have to
freight?
go with her van because I'm.
What about that unclaimed freight off of Panola? You know when you cross
Mm.
over.
No, they're too
No?
expensive, baby.
And
I've
the
never been
quality's
there.
not all
I
that.
just passed by.
But that
this
place you're
weekend.
talking about going has what, used chairs?
Yeah, they
Where
have
is it?
used office chairs off of East Ponce de Leon, right across from Kudzu Antique Market.
Hi, pretty little.
AEM radio.
Bella went potty.
Hey,
She did.
I wish you could see that here. Golly. I want you to see this. Go back and do that again. But turn your head. Look at this. No, turn. But let it see how good that camera is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Up close, that camera's perfect. It's just from a distance.
From
It's
a
not.
distance.
All right,
it
come
is
on.
not.
Come on.
He's swishing your head.
Hello, we're back.
Oh my god.
The quality of our
playing with the
radio
camera.
station is just like going to the dogs.
Yeah, baby.
No, my lord.
Did you really howl?
It's the first we've heard of her this morning.
You said it was going
She's been
to
quiet.
dogs.
So tell us about your trip.
MapCon 2015. Oh my gosh. So the wife and I, because they wanted me to fly up on 9/11. I don't fly on 9/11.
Hey, go under the table. Go lay down, dog.
Huh?
Radio mics, dude.
Oh.
You're hearing this.
Yeah, it's crinkling.
Oh. I was like, I don't fly on 9/11. So
Hold
Benny-
it under the desk and do it.
So Benny's like, well, honey, we can drive. And I'm like, okay. And so I pull it up and it's like 15 hours. I'm like, holy
gosh.
smokes. And she's like, no, it'll be fine.
Do
I
they
love
not do one of
driving."
these in Atlanta?
No, actually they don't. They don't.
I'm just asking a very valid question.
They don't. They do it in DC.
Telecommute, maybe?
They do it in DC, Philly.
The podcast.
Really? You couldn't have went to the DC one?
You could have recorded it and sent it.
Well, the DC one was only 2 hours from the one in New Jersey. And
Pause. How long did it take to get to New Jersey?
well, okay, it would have taken 10 hours.
Just get us to the point.
It took us 15 hours to get there.
Okay. And how long does it take to get to DC?
It took us 13 hours to get there.
So it's only 2 hours. If it was only 2 hours, it'd be different. But now it was a difference of 13 hours and 15 hours. So yeah, why didn't we go to the DC one? But keep going. I just think that was
Okay.
funny. Well, it's only 2 hours. That 2 hours makes a difference when you add 10 more in front of it.
The reason we didn't go to DC is because I was not invited to be a spotlight speaker in DC, and I was invited to be a spotlight speaker.
I hadn't seen any video of you spotlighting anything.
Well, that's because you didn't watch. Benny periscoped it.
Okay, but you need to do it on something that you can actually keep it and watch it again. The only that
You
only
have to
stays
save
for
it.
24
Why
hours.
is it not on our Facebook page?
Yeah.
And
Because I didn't record it.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know.
Well, they recorded it because they were videotaping.
Yeah, they
so maybe
recorded
you
it.
can get it at some point.
Yeah. So I'll have to go in and just clip out my part.
Oh my gosh.
Mike.
Hold, please. Now, feel free to make as much noise as you want.
Don't mess with the fat man and his food.
Good God. You
but-
can tell it's Monday.
We had a really good trip.
Hey, wait, Mike. Right now, I'm not yelling at you, but I want you to make sure that you tell everybody how I yelled at you on the show. I mean, when you get finished telling the story,
Y'all need to go watch YouTube.
everybody's
going
gonna watch YouTube. This is hilarious.
Because he's about to choke on his food laughing.
Okay, back to your story. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
Somebody was grazing over here.
yeah.
Oh, he's about to open one too.
I got his mic muted.
But we had a really good trip.
Keep it muted. Keep it muted so we can.
I am. I'm gonna keep it
Mike,
muted because he'll burn
have you
this up.
opened, popped, burped, and done every other bodily function that you could possibly imagine while you're on the
And
air?
he's aiming the fart at her. Okay,
Good
Doc.
now? All right.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure we got all of Mike's bodily functions.
Just get all the interruptions
Yeah.
over in one motion.
Yeah, just
Kind of like when the doc says, I need a semen, a urine, and a stool sample. Mike just hands his underwear over.
Ooh.
don't wear underwear.
Ooh.
All right, come on, Doc.
But no, it was really good. I got 2 standing ovations for my speech. But I can't believe I could have sworn you were on Periscope watching
Not
it.
when you gave yours.
Oh.
I had a snotty grandbaby all weekend. That's my shirt
Yeah.
evidence.
I know. I saw that. I was like, oh.
I didn't realize how bad it looked till I was brushing my teeth. I looked in the mirror. I was like, son of a gun.
Those
If
were
somebody would have had an ultraviolet light on me, I'd have looked like Monica Lewinsky.
that was just Zay giving you her love.
God, every time she'd jump up, I'd say, let me wipe your nose. She'd bury her face in my shirt because she don't want me to rub her nose. But, well, guess what she's doing? She's rubbing her nose. All right, so it's 2 standing ovations.
Yep, 2 standing ovations.
What did you actually say?
Did you pull the fire alarm or something?
No, I talked
Mike.
about social justice podcasting and paying to podcasting. And I shouted out the Just for Fun radio family.
She did. I saw it.
Yeah, see, Denise saw it.
So what exactly did you say?
Well, I talked about the 5 P's of pain from podcasting, and that's, taking your pain, going through the process, and then creating your podcast, understanding your power. And then I offered anyone who was getting ready to launch a podcast a place on Back to Us Radio Network to put their podcast.
Does that cost money?
It's
free?
100%.
So you told them that was the power of the P.
the power of the P.
I've had that conversation thousands of times.
Shush.
I'm like, they have no idea how much power they're actually toting.
Well, I've had the power of the P at like concerts. 'Cause, a lot of people get up to those stalls, and I'll step back about 10 feet and go right between them, and everybody turn their head and look at me, and I'll go, power of the P, dude. What's up?
Doc's
What's
just
up?
hold her forehead like she's got a migraine.
Isn't that what y'all were talking about?
No,
I got to fart again.
I was talking about the power of the vajayjay.
Oh,
The
Not
power of the
that
P. I know,
Oh
but
my
that's where my
God.
joke.
Oh, that's
Doc's running slow. That's
Yeah.
what Denise, you got it, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Denise
Get that
knew
off.
where I was going. Okay, Doc. So you were telling him all this. I'm not happy after I defined when I did a definition of podcast. I was a little pissed.
Oh my gosh, y'all keep that over there.
What are y'all
Really,
doing?
kids?
He's farted.
No, he aimed it at me and then tried
Mike.
to blow it at me.
Mike, not you. Get on the mic. I just thought about what I said. Mike's looking at me.
You're yelling at me.
Denise keeps backing away from it. So I'm like, Mike,
Because
Mike.
it stinks over here.
The mic doesn't stink.
You know what? Yeah, I can do that.
Shut up.
Well, Denise, that's why you should have moved your chair
Honey.
over here, baby.
I can't.
I need you to continue with your story.
Okay, so
It's only a 2.5-hour show, babe.
no, but it was a really, really good good.
I need to show you something. Face me.
Yes, I know.
There you go. She got that whole I'm
Alfalfa.
doing 75 just sitting here.
She got alfalfa going on.
Yeah, she looked like
Yeah.
No alfalfa. Wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
you do. You got what?
Let me- Oh my God.
No, it's right there in the middle, Doc. You got a piece.
Sure.
Shut up. I'm trying to get another picture.
Oh, dude, I thought you got it.
The
got it.
flash messed it up. She
That
looked
was-
like alfalfa.
Mhm.
Okay, so you need to tell the
Fraggle
story
Rock. That
about.
was funny.
You need to tell the story about dinner last night.
All right, hold on. Okay,
Mm.
so can you define what a podcaster is? Because when I looked up the definition, I was not happy.
No. I
Why
know.
were you not happy?
Well, yeah.
Because what it's saying, see, the problem is we're in a technology split, if you will.
Mhm.
Because traditional radio was what you have in your car. And the problem is when the definition of a podcaster and a definition of a broadcaster came out, we weren't doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very different.
It was very
Very
different.
different.
Right?
Yeah. So what I'm doing is not what a podcaster is traditionally.
Yes and no. Like, okay, there's a podcaster called teachercast.net, and he is live streaming. So he does what you do.
When did he start live streaming?
Probably about
How many years after he was just a regular podcaster?
probably about 2 or 3 years.
After he was being a podcaster.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So that makes him not necessarily a podcaster anymore.
No, he's still a podcaster.
But the definition of a podcaster used to be just people that would just record their crap and play it later. Sir.
Okay, my understanding of podcasting is that it's like the RSS feed thing. You do your podcast. It wasn't live. It wasn't interactive, other than right then, and then you post it for others to listen to at their
leisure.
convenience or leisure.
Kind of, but then Blog Talk Radio, when Blog Talk Radio came on the scene, they changed everything. And Blog Talk they offer it's a free 30-minute show
Yeah.
thing, and you can have up to 50 people call in at one time. So you have a little bit of the feel of a traditional.
But as again, how long had traditional podcasting been taking place before this Blog Talk came out?
Traditional podcasting had been around since 2003, 2004.
Okay.
And originally it started out as just, started out as white men.
I used to do that crap back when I was a kid, singing into a cassette player.
well,
that's
it
that's
started out-
basically what podcasting is.
It started out as really techie white men who wanted to get together
Thank you.
and share their
Love.
well, not
Okay.
necessarily their love.
So, well, my question was, what year did that start?
That was probably around 99.
Okay, and
2000.
when did this Blog Talk start becoming live stream?
Blog Talk came on the scene probably around 2003, 2002, 2003.
Okay, so when the definition of podcaster began, that's what it was,
Right.
not what it's being classified somewhat as today.
Right.
That's my point. Is I never started out as a podcaster. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, it's podcasting." No, because my definition of a podcaster and what I do are two different things. But it's the lack of knowledge. Nobody knows.
No,
I mean,
right.
like even the insurance company. When I went to go talk to some insurance companies, they're like, "You do what?"
They called him a podcaster.
And they go, "Is that like podcasting?" Because nobody knows this.
Right,
This
nobody-
is so unlike people want to be smart ass to me and not realize I've actually created something that's unlike anything else because there's no definition of this.
Right. Because
Nobody understands it.
there's internet streaming radio, and internet streaming radio has been around a long time, but you are correct. There are not a lot of internet streaming radio that incorporate a lot of the traditional radio format.
Right.
And that's what you've done.
And that's what I've done. I brought back what I called old school radio.
Right.
And the other thing too is most of these people that have internet radio stations, do y'all understand how they're doing it? I have a computer that has all my music on it with a broadcasting program. I control it.
Right.
To an extent. I mean, computers act stupid and sometimes play the same song over, unfortunately, because they're still using a computer. But there's another person that we met not too long ago that has a radio station, but it's not like this.
No,
it's a program that's paid, that's to a site somewhere, and you go to their site and you pick what music you want to play or what genre of music you want to play, and then if somebody goes to a certain app to listen to you, they're hearing what the program's playing,
right. not what you're playing.
Not what you physically are owning or physically controlling. Sir?
I just looked it up. Blog Talk Radio was founded about 2006.
Okay.
The only reason I wanted to look that up is because it does have a huge following, but when I look at it, see, like we're like grassroots. That's what I kind of feel like we're here. We're kind of like we're teetering on the.
Well,
edge
I just played AM radio. The reason I played that song because I was going to bring us into this. I had it plotted out. Y'all just didn't know it, but if you think of old school radio, this is what old school radio did.
Yeah, and there is a certain type of person that listens to us, and I think that's cool.
Dumb America? Is that what you're saying?
No.
But
you see,
when
you look at some of these blog talk things, these are very important. You know, they're
like Ford has a blog talk radio.
Yeah, Sears. Macy's, those type of things.
Yeah.
I just kind of think that we're like the monkey or the fly in the ointment. You know, we're the monkey in the wrench. We're the
Abbott and Costello of radio.
No. Who's
it's
on first, by the way?
that.
But here's the thing is that a lot of these folks are geared towards, you see what I'm saying is we're a little different. We don't do our show towards a demographic.
No, we don't.
We do our show and pull in a demographic.
We do it for the other 99%.
Right. Yeah. So instead of being a 1%er, we're a 99%. That's beautiful.
I just wanted to be able to make people laugh and have a good time.
That needs to be our slogan.
we're the other 99%.
The other radio stations just got to where it's, I don't know, it's everybody flips. You know, the thing I hear is everybody say they flip between all the stations. And I know when I was a kid, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just kind of was like, man, let's get rid of flipitis.
Plus they're pushing out wattage that gives them a basically predictable listener base. Okay. Now what they're doing is they're pushing out wattage
and trying to do this.
This is secondary. Go to our website and click on live. Have you ever done that for some radio stations?
Yeah. Yes.
It's kind of choppy.
It's choppy.
And that's why
because it's not buffered correctly.
Right.
And that's why I love listening because it's everything. Like you said, you have it go to a different. Like,
oh yeah, because listen, and you know, like for instance, Karen with Gravity is a 70s kid. So in her mind, she's like, you play too much 80s. I'm like, yeah, but do you know I've got 80s people that are going, you play too much 70s. So I had to cut back on some of the 70s, but and then I've had to cut back on some of the country. But now there's so many people still complaining because I don't have a country. But here's how it goes. Station ID. Party music, rock, 80s rock, Robs. Now rock, station ID, party, easy listening, rock, country, 80s. Then a ladies talk commercial, then everyday music, 90s, 80s, everyday, electric high commercial, ID spot, rock, now rock, 80s, 90s, station ID, country rock. I mean, I've got it.
It's a little bit of everything.
It is.
Right.
I want it to do that.
I can't tell you when I texted you yesterday, asked you to play the 5-finger death punch. We were out working on the van doing something, and I like every song that came on. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like,
Even some of the people go, man, you're a little slow today. It's still somewhat music people sing to.
Right. And you know, because we did car karaoke. I mean, that was probably the funnest thing about
I don't even want to see it. You kept posting pictures of serious radio.
Really? Jeez.
I did not keep posting
Okay,
pictures of serious. Shut up, Scotty.
Tell us your story about dinner last night because that was hilarious.
Okay, so Denise and I are so we get off in South Carolina. And no, North Carolina. It's North Carolina.
Mike.
we get off the exit in North Carolina, and there's a Burger King right in front of us. And Benny has been seeing these signs for this place called Cookout. And she's like, oh, I want to go to Cookout. I want to go to Cookout. I'm like, well, honey, if it's not.
Wait till you get home.
If it's not right off the exit, we're probably going to have to drive a little ways to get to it. No, it's right off the exit. It said exit 112. And so I want to go to Cookout. I was like, okay. I said, well, there's a Burger King right here. So she gets off the exit. She turns. She drives like 0.5 miles down the road. We don't see the Cookout. And I was like, well, I said, let's just get some gas and
look for the smoke. That's how I catch my neighbors.
I said, let's just get some gas. And I said, we'll go back up to Burger King. So she's like, well, you pull it up on your phone because your phone, you've got that Yelp app on yours, because she refuses to use the Yelp app. So I was like, okay. So I pull it up and I said, well, it says that there's a Cookout 6.2 miles away from here. I said, that's kind of far. I said, let's just go to Burger King, because Burger King has a fish sandwich and they have a veggie burger. So I have 2 options to choose from. No. I really want to go to Cookout. I don't want Burger King. I can get Burger King in Conyers. I'm like,
you can get Cookout in Conyers too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. I said, well, there's a Cookout off Panola Road. And she's like, yeah, but that one's always has a lot of people. And I said, there's a Cookout off of Moreland Avenue where Niles goes to the homeschool co-op on Wednesdays. You could take him and then go have lunch at the Cookout. No, I don't want to do that. I want this. I've been driving. I was like, okay, all right. So we go to Cookout. We walk in there. The first thing the lady says is, what are you having? And I'm looking and I'm like, there's no vegetarian stuff. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I was like, well, I guess I'm just having French fries. So I get the French fries. And Benny's like, well, you can't just eat French fries. So her meal comes with
watch me.
A hamburger and a quesadilla. It's supposed to be a chicken quesadilla, but it was mostly cheese in it. So she's like, take a bite of this. So I take a bite of the quesadilla. This was nastier than the Taco Bell quesadillas. I spit it out in the napkin. She goes, I can't believe you did that at the table. I'm like, it's nasty. So
wow.
Then she bites into hers and she's like, oh my God, this is the worst burger ever. I was like, yeah, should have went to Burger King.
What did I write back?
And Denise goes, karma is a B.
Y'all are,
I love you,
are
Benny.
y'all, and I know I'm going to get stuff thrown at me when I say this, but.
Then don't say it.
Well, no, I like to say it. I'm on the edge.
Sentence like that.
I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. You know me. Are y'all ever happy when y'all go out to eat? Women are never happy when they go out to eat.
We were very happy on Thursday, weren't we?
Yeah, we were very happy on
wait.
Thursday.
Are you trying to say that because they're lesbians they can't be happy, or because they're vegetarians they can't be happy?
No, he's saying because we're women.
Because women in
We're
general.
lesbian.
No, but I'm asking when he's insinuating y'all are never happy. So I didn't know if he's trying to say, is y'all's team any better than the other team?
Because you have sex with women, are you ever happy when you go to Burger King? I have no idea how that went to that. I really don't. Your sexual orientation and where you eat.
You said are y'all.
Y'all.
I'm talking about women.
You have to clarify.
Yeah, but
that.
the way you said y'all, it
Well,
made it sound like you were comparing them ladies to other ladies.
No, I don't care what they do. Jesus, I'm talking about women as a whole.
Because women usually complain whenever we go to a restaurant to eat.
Yeah. So do men. Men do it a lot more.
Men do it a lot more, though, Mike.
No, if you're dating a guy that complains at a restaurant, shut up. You know what I'm doing. I hate you. I swear to God, I hate him.
So when you went out with a guy last night, was he pissed at you?
If you go out with a guy,
that was good. Don't leave me hanging.
That was good.
If you go out with a guy and he complains about the food, you're dating a woman. So there.
So you were dating a woman?
No,
I
don't have a girlfriend. No.
Oh my gosh!
But women complain. It doesn't matter. What would you like to eat? It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to Burger King. I don't want to eat there. Jesus.
I'm going to start a restaurant called It Doesn't Matter.
Scotty, that was awesome right there, what you're looking at.
I think we should, Denise, I think you and I should open up a restaurant called It Doesn't Matter.
Yes, we can go to It Doesn't Matter.
How about I wanted to open one called whatever?
I want to open up a bar called the Doghouse or the Alibi.
There was already a Doghouse.
No, I want to open up a bar called the Library.
That'll confuse me.
You know, wear those those sexy glasses.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there. How'd that go on?
I don't know. I didn't know where that even went.
Why do you want to call it the library?
Because I mean, think about it. Nobody is going to fall. Like there's a bar off of
Don't act like you don't know where it is.
I can't think of where it's called the Church. There's a bar called the Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how creative is that?
They only serve wine.
You can say, I'm going to church. I'm going to the church.
Little boys.
Parents are not going
So
to
that's
like
the little
raise.
boys club.
No,
Oh,
it's,
God, did you hear what you said?
parents
Has
are
it got
not
a big
going to raise their
Catholic
eyes.
church?
No, it's
Like
just
21 Jump
called the
Street.
church.
Y'all leave Korean Jesus alone.
But
All the
I'm
guys come to the table to order the food. Got like the Catholic priest outfit on.
no.
White and bread.
Hey, can you get one of those altar boys to bring me some ketchup?
God.
No, I want the library.
Hey, dude, I need the Virgin Mary. No, not that Mary. I saw the dude she was with in the parking lot. I need the Virgin one.
Oh my Lord.
But I want a bar called the library because, okay, put it in a college town.
So when you tell people they're going to the library, so it's catchy. Okay.
Right.
But nobody goes to the library anymore.
They will be when we open this.
They will be when we open
No,
them.
And we'll
listen
have
to me.
books in
Listen to
there.
me. Listen to me. My son is at Southern Polytech. I'm like, hey, do you ever go up to the library? He's like, Dad, they don't have books no more.
Somebody made a post the other day about they
log
told
on.
their kid what an encyclopedia was, and the kid was raising hell going, why would you do that? Why don't you just Google it?
or remember all the books.
And I remember
Yeah,
reading
you
it.
have to
I
go.
remember reading it, and they're like, I tried to explain to my kid what an encyclopedia was, and they yelled at me. It was like, why would I go through that much trouble? I would just Google it.
I hate kids.
Right.
Or the Dewey Decimal System that you had to find
Oh
library
my
books
gosh. Remember that?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think
The index cards at the
Index
library.
cards.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
how many moved them around and made it complicated?
Who
did.
forgot to put them back in the right spot?
I threw them away. I used to roll a joint with some of them.
with.
You're
Oh,
stupid.
my
Oh my
God.
God. Just when
High
we
school.
just when we think you can't
That
go
was
any
like
lower.
50 years ago.
Shut up. Actually,
Actually, I think it was closer to 75 years ago.
I'm
than
thinking
that.
more Little House on the Prairie, man. What are you talking about?
chalkboard. Wouldn't that be cool?
I used to
What?
get in trouble and have to beat the chalk.
The erasers.
yeah. Oh my
in
God.
elementary school. Yeah, I hated that.
It was good. I didn't have to do that.
I remember
I
the
didn't
first
have to do that
time,
either.
and this isn't a racial
High five.
statement, but I remember the first
The
time
library
I saw,
was a bar near Georgia Tech.
Was it?
Taken.
Oh man.
I
What are you doing in a
remember.
restaurant?
Now look, this isn't a racial statement. I just want you guys to know. I remember. the
No,
first
that's
time-
how you end
Mike,
a conversation.
Okay, anytime
do
you have to
that.
say something that this isn't a racial statement, it probably is.
Okay, no, because I was going to say I remember the first time I saw colored chalk. And
Yes, I do remember that too.
yeah, because
How
I just was like,
How about
wow,
this?
it's blue.
There's a restaurant called I Don't Care already.
Nah, wah, wah, wah.
No, we're doing It Doesn't Matter.
I need to make one that's a. I need to make one. I need to make a strip club / restaurant called Meaty Taco.
Huh?
Meaty taco.
Mike knows. Mike knows what I'm talking about. He's refusing to speak.
Arby's 5 for 5.
Wow.
And number 5 with extra meat.
Oh my God. Or how about a strip club for men? It would call the Beefy Burritos.
Oh my
See?
gosh.
See?
We were talking about men's strip clubs
I
last
can't.
week.
I can't go to Arby's anymore.
I'm just
That's
telling you,
just-
that is so funny.
Well, I'm not going to Taco Bell after that little talk we had earlier.
I'm gonna go
Mike
get a
would open up
burrito.
one in Tijuana called the Kicking Donkey.
Damn right I would. Or used to be a kicking dog. How do you say that in Thai? We have any Thai listeners?
we need to open up a restaurant called Take This, and our catchphrase be Take This and like it, and have some mean ogre looking dude that serves you your food.
Shrek.
Kind of like the no soup for
Hey.
you.
We already have Tyler. We can use him.
Yeah, he needs a job on this side of town.
Hey,
by
we
the way.
had Tyler because when you
I'm
move,
going to be moving. Yeah, he needs a look,
plus he's
Nobody
going to
got much
Charleston
close.
anyways. We need somebody that wants to come in and learn
to be an engineer.
to be.
Listen. The Charleston thing's not definite, but look, that
Whether
dude-
you going to Covington and him living in
Yeah.
Winder is.
Well, he needs, and the kid's a good server. He really is. But where he's working, stop it. Where he's working.
No wonder you give him a ride to work every day.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, I mean, he makes at least $5 in tips that day. But I mean, this guy's working 10 and 12 hour shifts and he's walking out of there with $6, man.
That's not, that's
come
not
on.
cool.
That's
we already told him he could get a job at a social house. He just had to get his butt over here.
yeah. So
Well,
if anybody knows, and he needs,
And that's not a promise that we're making.
Yeah.
I just know
He's
that
gotta
they need good
interview.
help.
Well, I mean, I sent somebody over to the Harley place, and the freaking knucklehead didn't.
Yeah, but that's
pass the-
Harley, dude.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't
Harley.
pass the urine analysis,
That's
and I
Harley.
asked him 1,000 times. I hope his dad beats him.
What did he get high in the back before they did the test?
He just graduated the school,
Okay, let's
And
not
then-
go there. Hey,
Yeah.
so what else
All
we
right,
got?
hold on. So speaking of the social house, guess what? You know how they
What?
used to be closed
Guessing.
on Mondays?
Yes.
Mhm.
They are now open on Mondays. So
Monday
it's
what?
Monday evenings.
Okay,
So
but
we
they're
can-
still closed for lunch now.
They're
but
still
open
closed
on
for lunch, but
evenings.
but you know what? I will take them being open in the evenings as opposed to not having them at all on Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Man,
when
they
the
work.
afternoons are when you really want.
Yeah, but when I
social
get done
house.
here, man, I want like the po' boy for lunch. And I
That's
can't
what
go
Benny
down there
wants.
anymore.
Benny wanted the po' boy because Benny was like, "Well, can't you just call Dusty and Todd and see if we can just go to their house and get?" I was like, "Honey,
No,
we
it
don't
work
do that."
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We
No,
don't
don't
do
say,
that.
don't wait. Don't say we don't do it, but
They
it's not
work.
right to
Can-
do that to them.
Can they open for just for fun on
Yeah,
Monday
we need a just for
afternoons?
fun lunch meeting.
Just- yeah.
That'd be cool.
We don't do that to
Well,
our.
let me tell you, there's the other place in Covington that serves a po' boy, serves it for a couple dollars more, and it's not as good. I
Yeah.
was a little pissed.
that other
coleslaw
place is
to die for.
expensive, and none of their food is good. It's not just the po'
Well,
boys.
I'm just speaking on what
None
I've
of their
eaten.
food
I'm
is
just
good.
talking about what I've eaten.
I write sometimes for Urban Spoon and what's it
Oh,
called?
I love Urban Spoon. I do
I
Yelp
write-
reviews.
I write under Patriot for Food. That's me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And look at him. He's an expert.
I went to this Japanese food restaurant called Sake in Jackson last week. Wow, $37 for lunch.
Was it good?
No. So I got my write up on my other laptop. I'll be
Well, I'm
posting it
trying to
this
get
week.
Laura to give me a call, but maybe you've already dealt with it about getting extra pages.
Yes, I'm
Because
I'm
I want-
already on that.
I
Baby.
wanted to be able to have a military Mike's.
Yes, every show will have its own page.
Well, I want to have a bio for everybody that we
Yeah.
can control.
Yes.
Because before I had a sidekick in the Queen, and I could never delete it and remove it. Because what if he quits? I got to be able to,
well,
to
we're
put somebody. Hang on.
Yeah, let's
Hang.
Or you get
let's
fired?
talk about that
Hang.
off the
Oh,
air.
I wanted my listeners to know. So I wanted to be able to have our page where you can go and read Mike's bio, but underneath it have whatever Mike's military of the week, whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know.
Well,
So-
that
Yeah, but-
and now that I'm going to be closer, I plan to get more involved. And one of the things we talked about, like next year, was having a like a bike show or a muscle
Right.
car show and gun.
we are going to be working, by the way. Rob's performance was going to do a customer appreciation. Me and him have been talking about this this is our second year. We talked about
Right.
doing it, and we just didn't get around to doing it, and not because of anything. Just we've both been very busy. His business is growing, mine's growing. But this year, he reached out to me and said, "Look, let's get together." Okay, but his very best friend Kale's son
Yes.
had to go to the hospital, and they found out that he needs a heart transplant.
Oh, wow.
Little bitty baby. He's only, maybe 5 months old, if that. My time runs faster than a lot of people, so he could be 7 months old for all I know. But
I'll tell you. Hold on.
he is a young man, little baby.
Mm.
But what I told him through a message was, I'm like, why don't we still do it, but then also make it a little bit of a fundraiser for Kale's baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I tell you what.
that's my plan. That is now I always help the St. Jude's thing on the square of Covington. That's always that's a must. I always do it. I'm part of the Southern Cruisers. That's what we do. For St. Jude's. But this will be the real big one and only local charity for the year that I'm going to do.
And he's labeled as A1, which is top priority on the
Right.
donor list.
My daughter was
He's
born,
3 months old. Rob just texted me 3
Yeah.
months old. So and this is, and I'm a look, man, I sit here and hold this little baby every day. And I realize how awesome it is that we have a blessed baby and we don't have any problems, but it hurt my feelings to know that little boy, I mean, they got married, they got the little baby, everything that they wanted in this world. And then this kind of stuff happens. With that being said, I know Rob's got to feel bad too, because the problem is we men, we like to fix things. you know, if I know there's a problem, I want to fix it.
Right.
If somebody doesn't like that the radio station plays too much country, I want to fix it. If somebody doesn't want a commercial, I want to fix it. So my problem is this is something as a man that we as men want to stand up and say, ooh, we can fix it, you know, and try to turn the emotions off. But you can't turn the emotions off. This little baby is harmless and has done nothing to nobody and deserves nothing like this. So this is top priority for Just for Fun. This is 100% top priority. This is the mission that I'm making very clear in front of all y'all, that no matter what, this is the one and only for the year that we sink our teeth in 100,000% to do whatever we got to do to make sure this happens for this young man.
I would love to reach out to Dykes on Bikes, which is it's the lesbian biker community. But if someone rides with, I know that I have a lot of listeners. If you ride with Dykes on Bikes, can you reach out to me, please? Because I'm not a biker, but I know that you all do a lot in the community, and they're like a community of, I think, 12 or 13,000 strong.
Well, we want to reach out to all that we can because, again, I know we talked about fraudulent stuff earlier in the show, and this had nothing to do with this. We just ended up on talking about this. This just happened as we're sitting here. But I just wanted to be very clear that this is 100% all on the up and up, and it's going to happen. We just have to find a location, because I got a feeling this is going to be top shelf, because we're going to have so many people that between Rob's knowing, Kale's knowing, Tubby, and when I say knowing, I mean knowing people. We all know somebody, and this is a baby, y'all. This is, you know, we're sitting here last night as our baby's crying, and you know, it's our grandbaby. And, you know, she's crying, and every time she moves, she'd wake up with a little snotty nose. And I feel so bad for her. But then you got to remember there's kids with worse situations.
Do we have a fairgrounds here?
No.
We don't have a fairgrounds?
We'll come up with a place, though. That's not a problem.
There's that pavilion right down the road. I wonder if we can talk to them. You know, if we're
Pavilion what?
There's a pavilion right down Old Salem on the right. It's been here since what, like right before the Civil War.
Salem.
Old Salem.
Old Salem.
Where? I never saw it.
I don't know. While we're thinking about it, let's give out a shout out to
our new listener,
Jody in Detroit.
Jody in Detroit.
She's watching. So
Hey,
Jody in Detroit.
Really hold up a little thing, and I see.
So Raven's Renovation just said win, because I mean he's down. Everybody's down.
Everybody's down.
I think
for Kale's son, everybody is down for this one.
I think a listener out there probably knows about a place that we can do this, and we'll get some information.
Yes, anybody get in contact with us.
Yeah, I would really like to do a lot on this one too. My daughter was born in Germany, and she was born with a vertical septum defect in her heart, which is a hole between the two lower chambers. You know, a heart is a pump, so it basically has to be unequal to work, you know, but the hole caused it to equal out. And they were talking about heart surgery when she was, 2-3 months old. We had to drive all the way down to the border of France, and we drove all night, and we get there, and my wife at the time, she went to the bathroom, and this old German nurse came down and asked me in German if that was Roseanne in my arms. So I said, yeah. She just reached down and scooped her up and walked off.
And look, they're doing one.
Cried so hard.
5150 Customs, which is Shane and Kale's business. They're doing a customer appreciation day. That's 1950. I'm assuming A meaning at Old Covington Road, 1958. No, sorry, they're sharing a building, so it's 1950A Old Covington Road. Of course, Conyers, Georgia 30013. Come check out their shop, check out everything. They're going to have barbecue, drinks, all sorts of things. And that's October 3rd between 12 and 4. So make sure you get out there and check these guys out.
Is that a Facebook page or is it just a text message?
They posted that on their Instagram.
Okay. Can you share that?
Rob, yeah, I'll get it shared. Rob was just saying he's thinking about combining it. Our only problem is the size of the building at that point. Right. That's our biggest problem, and not necessarily the building, but the everything, the parking, the everything. So we may be lighting that whole road up.
So he shares the.
I'm open that day, and I'm putting 5150 in it for right now.
What about the VFW too down there?
So we'll deal with it. But this is just quickly quickly as we're sitting here, I want y'all to understand how fast things move around here. Just as quick as this is all typing, and we got more people typing, they'll be there. So, again, this could be anybody's kid. I mean, you know, I can't even tell you how lucky we are. I made the comment the other night, and this is sad because I almost want to cry about this. Rob's mom reached out to me, and I was sitting on the toilet, man. I was getting ready to go to bed. I was just kind of scrolling over my Facebook, and the reason I'm painting the picture, Mike, is from my toilet in my bathroom, you can see the baby's bed. Oh. So I was sitting there reading this, and I thought, man, you know, here I am looking at my little grandbaby, you know, going to bed, and I think how blessed we are. She's healthy, and and she's almost asleep. So I get finished reading everything with Rob's mom, and I said, hey, I'm going to bed. I will reach out to you tomorrow. Then the next morning, I actually reached out to Rob. But then I laid in the bed next to Crystal for a second, and I was speaking to her, and I said, you know what sucks is you got all these people like Kel who are good people trying to have a good life with babies, and then misfortunes happen. And then you got all these crackhead type people that don't take care of the babies they got. Mm-hmm. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how backwards is everything? You know, it just doesn't make sense. Not that I'm wishing any bad on any babies. I don't mean it that way, but it's just like, come on, man. The people that are trying so hard in this world keep getting kicked in the gut.
Yeah.
So, all right, enough of that. We're going to run off to do a song. A little shout out from the sponsors. We will be right back. I'm going to try to take us to a happy place. Anybody else got anything? Okay, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when we get back. We'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
I'm not taking my headset off. I'm not gonna get hair.
And you know what? That's really good because that's literally right down the street.
I wish I wore a huge parking. What about the VFW, dude? They've got that huge parking lot out front. And you can park all along the streets and all too. I don't know. Because somebody's got to donate the place. I mean, it's not something anybody should have to pay for. I might talk to American. Up there in Loganville? Connor.
It had to be local. To get the biggest hit, it had to be local. Or the Rockdale Career Academy.
God dog it.
I don't know if they'd let us know. What?
Kelly Moore committed suicide this weekend.
That is.
The soul draws the Floyd.
Hello.
Hi.
Just for fun.
This is Debbie calling from Detroit.
Oh, hey, what's happening? Can I dial you right back? Can I dial you right back when we get back from a commercial?
Yep.
I'll call you right back at this number.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I just didn't want to waste the conversation. Not that it would be a waste, but I didn't want to waste it when we need to be live. Yeah, that camera looks good up close. That's why I said if I can get that new video program, which we already established works, if I can just get it to work with multiple cameras.
Yeah, I mean, and huh? Smoking's bad for your health, by the way. Makes your butt bigger.
What? What you gonna say?
Me?
Yeah, what you gonna say? I walked in to pee. You started talking.
I have no idea. That was like 3 minutes ago. I'm so tired.
I felt like I'm Diamond Dallas Page. I was like doing that. I was stretching. Never mind. You don't know who that is. So waste of time. Happy, 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 happy. How morbid would it be to do a car show at a funeral home?
What's this obsession with funeral homes all of a sudden?
This has nothing to do with that. I'm trying to find a big parking lot in Conyers, and I know a guy.
He runs a funeral home.
What?
You were talking about a hearse a couple days ago.
Oh, that has nothing to do with nothing. I just want a hearse. So, would that be morbid?
Yes.
If we're doing it for a child and we do it there,
Yes.
that would be morbid. Okay.
Yeah.
Just thinking.
Over in Loganville, there's that one funeral home that went out of business, and they turned it into a kids' daycare.
Oh God. I just know I need
go in the
a
kitchen.
big flat parking lot. I just don't.
What about that Paw Paw Cattle place?
Huh?
You know, Paw Paw Cattle over there off of
Sigmund?
yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
How'd it go with the court thing the other day? Didn't you
Oh,
go to
that's
court?
today at 2
Oh,
o'clock.
it's today. Okay. Okay.
2 o'clock. Bring me down.
Okay, I have to leave y'all after the show today.
Why?
Because I have to go to Old Town, pay the water bill, and pay for Niles Art.
And you're out of commission tomorrow? All
Yeah.
day?
Tomorrow,
Tuesday?
yes, because I've got
Just say yes.
Yes.
So you're out of commission all day Wednesday.
all day Wednesday.
So it's Thursday before you're even back.
Wednesday after 2, I'll be back in Conyers.
Okay. Maybe we can meet up then.
Okay.
I just like to take care of that thing we were talking about.
Okay.
Because we can't wait too many more days.
I thought you didn't do it without me.
What are you talking about?
I thought you would have done it without me.
What are you talking about?
Okay, never mind.
That's
We'll
I
talk
was
later.
talking about yesterday's topic.
That's what happens when you start keeping secrets.
About the festival.
I know, but okay, never mind.
Good Lord. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, creeds, religions, non-religions.
planets,
Somebody jump in there and save me before I say something offensive.
oceans. I did, and it's not funny, but there's some parts to the story that I don't understand.
What?
There was a safari in Africa, and the African police didn't have, they saw the vehicles. They thought they were hunting for terrorists. The vehicles that they were in were not authorized vehicles to do a safari in. So they opened fired and killed 12. Now get this, Mexican tourists in Africa on a safari.
Wow.
Who? What? What?
Yeah.
Who goes from Mexico
Yeah, I
to
know.
Africa? I mean, I guess they want to go see lions and bears, tigers and bears. Oh my! But
isn't
that's odd.
It's something is not.
Why are they not flooding Africa with?
I don't know.
The lions would eat good.
Well, not only that, but I think we could even we could send U-Haul trucks over there to help. So
We're trying to help Mother Nature exist, Doc.
yeah,
You're supposed to be that tree hugging hippie. Don't you want the lions and tigers to eat better?
Tree hugging hippie. That's funny.
Oh, Scotty.
If you're too stupid to outrun the lion, you deserve it.
Okay, I apologize. It was in Egypt. It was Egypt, not Africa. Sorry.
Okay,
You need
so
to report correctly.
I know.
I just,
So what are we trying to figure out? All of a sudden, some military type police unload on somebody.
Yeah. Of course, in Egypt, the cops are kind of the military
Yes,
are kind of the
that's where I
cops,
was
that kind of thing. So they didn't have the proper licensing. They weren't driving in the right truck, so they opened up on them.
And they were on a safari?
Yeah.
Safari, like to shoot something.
Well, I think it was more like to view something.
Oh my God.
But isn't that crazy? Why?
See if you can get to the bottom of that, because so far I'm
12
confused, and that means everybody else is
Little
confused
Richard
too.
just said, and that's why Mexicans are not migrating to Egypt. Which
No,
is not
no.
Egypt, Little Richard. It's where?
I don't. No, it was in Egypt.
Okay.
I accidentally said Africa earlier.
But because that's the continent.
Well, I saw a picture of Ronda Rousey and I got all confused.
Oh my gosh.
Doc, do you got anything good? So back to your trip. Everything went well.
Everything went absolutely amazing.
What did you learn? Because you're waking up Monday morning awfully slow. I mean, because when I say everything went well, I was hoping you would start sharing, and since you're not, I got to ask.
No.
Report how your trip went.
Okay, so the biggest takeaways that I've got, one of the keynote speakers, and I think you were watching on Periscope when he was talking, and his name is Anthony, and he's actually 23 years old, and he made his first million in multi-level marketing at 23, and now he has a very successful YouTube channel that has over 500,000 views. And so he was talking about, how to create engaging social media and Snapchat. I never thought about using Snapchat.
The only problem with Snapchat is it's got such a bad rep. But anything can be used wrong. You know what happened to my wife last night? She gets an invite for Periscope. She turns it on, and a dude was waka, 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 waka.
No.
Wow.
So she turned it in. But any social media can be used bad.
Yes,
I mean,
it can.
duh. Any social media can be used bad.
But I started playing around with Snapchat a little bit because my daughter had used Snapchat.
I don't grab the whole concept of Snapchat, and a lot of adults probably don't either. If you'd like to share,
Snapchat is where
define it. Somebody want to look up a definition of it, so we actually know a description of Snapchat, not just what Doc's going to tell us. In other words, not you being Doc as much as a person telling us what it's
right.
You're going to tell us your interpretation of it. Let's see what it defines itself as.
Well, I'm
like
familiar
a podcaster.
I'm familiar with Snapchat because the kids in Rockdale County use Snapchat a lot for bullying. So
explain.
Well, what it is Snapchat is simply where you can record, like, I think it's up to 30 or 40 seconds of video of yourself. And you can send these quick messages to people as a video format, and they can view it and then send a response back to you. It's an app. And kids use it. And, once you open it and view it, it's deleted. So there's no record of it.
But you can save it on your phone.
You can replay it,
Right.
and you can screenshot it.
You can screenshot it. Right,
yeah.
which is how a lot of people are getting in trouble.
God,
Right.
sounds like a lot of work.
But,
But the problem is if it doesn't last, it's not like a post that we can post and every one of our people can see it.
Right. And
Snapchat's like if you're not seeing it right then and there, and Snapchat's just person to person, right?
it's not person to person. People can actually follow you
On Snapchat.
on Snapchat.
And you can add it to your story,
yeah.
which is like all your Snapchats play for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. So, and
So it's like an Instagram that'll play like a video.
Kind of.
Okay.
yeah. But what I really liked about Snapchat, because he showed us this at the conference, and he did a Snapchat of, hey, I'm about to go up here and go live, and it was like 60 people were in there with him,
Right.
and I was like, that is, that's kind of cool. It's almost like Periscope.
It's almost like
a little
Periscope
bit.
then.
Yeah, it's almost like Periscope a little bit. But the difference with Snapchat is, Periscope, people can respond back like you do. You do responses back to me a lot. But with Periscope, you have to wait for that person to go live, and then they record it, and then you can, But with Snapchat, it's almost instantaneous. It's almost like FaceTime, really.
But it's not. Well, I guess it is video too. So
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
It just seems like a lot of work to me.
And I've got even radio can be used bad. A bunch of faces, especially if you're reporting something wrong.
that's true. That is very true. So that, and I also learned, I was speaking with the young lady there she's 31 years old, and she was diagnosed 2 years ago with a brain tumor. And they didn't think that she was going to live because the tumor was almost inoperable. And she said that, the day that she went into getting the surgery, she kissed her kids goodbye, and she didn't know if she was ever going to see them again. And she had just newly been married. I think her children were babies, and it broke my heart. And she was talking about her wanting to launch a podcast, but being really afraid of how she was going to be received. And she's like, she hasn't hit that. In cancer, when you have cancer, there's a 5-year mark. So she hasn't hit the 5-year mark yet, and the doctors are already telling her that this cancer may come back.
So if it doesn't come back within 5 years, you have a better chance.
Yeah,
that
there's
it
a better
won't
chance that it
Okay,
won't.
I'm still trying to hang up on the all podcasting part, and we keep getting off topic. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but we keep losing the podcast.
Well, I was giving
part.
the rest of what happened.
Okay, let's just stay on the podcasting part, because now we're going down this rabbit hole about the poor woman. So,
where do y'all want to go to eat?
So you're trying to say the Snapchat?
The Snapchat is just another way to engage your audience, and it's real-time engagement.
Okay, so with all the ones I'm doing, we've tried to associate, like Mike was supposed to be handling LinkedIn.
Yes, and I do.
I'm
but
not saying you're not. And then
LinkedIn-
Tyler was supposed to be handling the Just for Fun Twitter, and then that didn't happen.
Yeah, but LinkedIn is a little different, though. LinkedIn is not real-time engagement. That's
No. What I'm trying to say is if all of us try to make sure we focus on one that somebody else isn't.
right.
Like, that's great that we're all doing Periscope, because we are picking up new listeners that way. I do agree with that. And Instagram. But again, I've already got a bunch to do. So if there was something you'd like to try to do with Snapchat, make it Just for Fun Snapchat.
I may do
Just don't
that.
put no selfies out there
No,
of your JJ or nothing.
Oh, my
here
Lord.
we go.
Oh my gosh,
There
no.
we
Because that's
go.
what Snapchat's getting in trouble for.
Winky, winky.
Well, but I don't know if you remember this, but when Facebook first started out, Facebook was kind of in that area too.
I know every one of them can be used
every
wrong.
one of them
It
can
just
be used
goes back
wrong.
to the hand that's in charge of that phone. It's
Right.
what they're doing. Hello, here's the other thing. Snapchat is taking pictures. Instagram is taking pictures. A text message, taking pictures. All that. If you want to be bad, you can be bad. You don't need a social media to be bad.
That's true. So I was really excited because as a podcaster, and maybe not so much for you as a broadcaster, but as a podcaster, I'm always looking for ways to have real-time connections with my audience.
because y'all aren't used to real time, and that's all I do. Everything with me has got to be real, live, and
In your
real.
face.
Never rehearsed.
Right.
You can't fake twice. I mean, you can't fake funny twice. It doesn't.
Well, technically.
Well,
yeah.
Crystal and I talked about
You don't know-
faking it, so
yeah.
technically you can
You
fake
don't
it.
know my
but,
first wife.
But I'm just saying,
Oh,
it's really
sweet.
only funny one good time, and by the time you try to do it the second time, it's no good.
So that's what I'm excited about the most. And just for me, that conference was reconnecting and recentering, because
So you'll have to give me a summary.
and I realized that I've got to do a better job of separating the two parts of me. I've got to separate the Just for Fun me from the Back to Us Radio me.
Why?
Well,
Why would that make sense?
because I'm doing two very distinct purposes, and because I was using a lot of my same social media, the lines kind of got blurred. So I need to.
So your people aren't smart enough to distinguish that you can be funny but then still have a serious side?
Well, it's not so much
Because
as
it's just a show.
it's not so much as my people, but it's more about me as a brand. It's more about me as a brand. So I need to make sure that I keep my two brands of me distinctly separate from one another when I'm going to things, because it gets really confusing when people are trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Okay, but
Hold on, before you go there, I'm gonna give you the biggest suggestion in the world. Don't do that, because what you're gonna do is when you try to be two separate people, you're gonna cause yourself to have a headache.
Mhm.
Because when I was trying to be the Richard Pryor, in your face bar, the biker rallies, and all that kind of stuff, and then was doing my charity events, and at first, the biker guy, the crazy, in your face, raw, Richard Pryor cussing everywhere. That was me. And then doing all these charities, you can't act that way.
Right.
Well, the problem got to be I was growing, and the person doing the charities is who I was 90% of the time. And then I tried to go back to doing the raw, crazy, in your face,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't happen the way. Like, I was fighting to make myself try to be that guy. And the problem was, when you are two people, what's going to happen? Here's the problem. When the people from the bar show up to the charity event,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of like when you're a hoe bag cheating on your wife at one bar, and then somebody walks up and sees you at a Hooters with your wife.
Yeah.
What do you say? And the reason I bring that Hooters part up is, let me say this. I was working in Macon Hooters, and a rainstorm happened, and a guy named Glenn and this really big dude helped me carry my gear in on a Tuesday night. Macon, Georgia. Wednesday night, I was in McDonough. The dude walks up to me and goes, "Oh my God, dude, what are you doing here?" I said, "Dude, I work all over the place." He's like, "Oh, well, don't tell this girl right here that you see me at Hooters last night." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I mean, I don't even know you." Thursday rolls around. I'm up here working. See the same dude again. Different girl. Friday night, I'm at Fusions in Monroe. Dude looks up to the booth, sees me, walks up to the booth and says, "What the hell, dude? You are everywhere." I said, "Dude, I work all over the place." And he's like, "Listen, this is my wife. Don't tell my wife that you saw me at Hooters Tuesday. Don't tell my wife you see me in McDonough on Wednesday. And damn sure don't tell her you saw me last night." I said, "Dude, this is like church. I don't know nothing. Whatever I see, I keep to myself. That's just not my business to talk."
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is this. He pretended to be somebody everywhere he went. And if somebody walked up to him to try to have a conversation, my problem was, when I was working in the bars, I'd have the party guy come up and talk to me. And my problem is, I'd be at Harley doing something with the Christian Motorcycle Alliance. And the next thing I know, the pothead or the party guy from Fusions walks up and starts telling me about the wet t-shirt contest I did the night before in front of this guy.
Yeah.
But my point is, trying to be two different people will get you. It will come back to haunt you. If you brand yourself as an individual and stay that individual, you're never going to go wrong.
Well,
be true to yourself.
And besides that, your Back to Us Radio people need to see that you have this side of you, and this side of, like, just for fun side of you listeners need to see that you
just be real.
So just be
I mean,
real,
that's
yeah.
my thing. I
For
try to tell
both of
people,
them.
just be real. And you do what you want. I'm just giving you advice, because I've tried to live as two different people. It's a pain in the butt. It's the hardest thing I ever did for 2-3 years. It was hard.
I don't know how to keep the social media stuff. And that's something that I got to try to figure out. It's just figuring it out on social media. It's so huge.
Yeah, but I don't see what the problem is on social media. Tell me what you feel is the problem.
Well, because, okay.
How do you feel?
You want me to lay on your sofa?
Lay on the couch.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
We're not talking about you laying on the couch.
Because, I mean, look, that'd be like this. Rob has Rob's performance page, and then Rob has a personal page. So I understand business is one way and personal is another. But if he was if he treated people like crap as a person,
right,
when he's off the clock, he would never get any business.
That's true.
So it wouldn't matter how he represented himself to be, at work,
Right.
if he treated people like crap.
Right.
So who he is who he is, and you have to make sure that you are 100% representing yourself that way. And I understand, because I have friggin' 10 pages that I run. I understand that it's hard to be everything to everybody, but at the same time, as long as you're true to yourself, your people that admire you and trust in you should see that you're human just as much as they are.
I appreciate that much more.
I love you, Crystal. And she just sent me a text and she said, just simply be the doc.
Just be the doc, man.
You're right.
She watched me as I would come home, and I I used to use the words, when you limit yourself to something, that becomes your limitation. And the reason I started saying that is when the bike world I was the biker DJ. Like I put a foot in the ground and I took it 100%. I was doing stuff everywhere. The problem is then I was known as just a biker DJ. People have come up to me at Fusions and asked about doing a wedding, and I've told them yes, and then they see me do a wet t-shirt contest, and then they come back up to me and go, yeah, I don't think you're the guy to do my wedding.
Wow.
Because they said there is no way that you can be that guy on stage and be the guy I need you to be for a wedding. And they couldn't understand that DJ Scotty puts on a show. If I'm at a bike event, it's a bike show. If I'm at a kids event, it's a kids show. If it's at a church event, it's a church show. If it's a Harley event in front of everybody, it's an everybody show. If it's a St. Jude's Children's Hospital show, it's an everybody show. And people can't see reality. They just see what's directly in front of them.
Right.
So you need to be one person always, not two. Because when you're two, what's going to happen? You'll get judged. You'll get judged as two different people.
So I'll just simply be the doc.
Just be the doc.
Be you.
And, sometimes I'll be posting as Back to Us Radio. Sometimes I'll be posting as Just for Fun Radio.
Well, you never know as a listener or somebody that watches Facebook, they never know who's posting something on Mike's Guns and Gadgets.
That's true.
No, most of the time you'll know it's me because I'm posting the techie stuff. And the survival stuff. Mike doesn't post a whole lot of survival stuff. So I'm telling you, that's the only way you'll know that I posted or Mike post.
Fat guys don't like the whole survival thing.
Because they starve.
Yeah.
Let me catch this. We got to call that Detroit number back. Yes, no, maybe, and we will see. One of them answers will cover whatever it is you called to ask.
Oh, I'm not going to ask anything. I just want to add to the, don't be fake. I lived part of my life trying to let everybody know that I was, really a 6 foot tall, really buff, handsome man. But, in reality, I'm just me.
Yeah.
There's nothing tall.
Yeah. And see, little Richard met me right as I had just changed who I was. So he didn't get to know the old stuff that I did. But I mean, it's a lot of people's watch and go, dude, you've grown a lot because of little Richard. People don't realize this, but me and Waterhead had both kind of cleaned our act up a lot. And little Richard shows up to this event with his daughter. And that's when we looked at bike night differently at that point because we were already doing Hooter stuff, realizing you got to keep it PG-13. But then bike nights started becoming more family than biker. Because in most people's mind, when you say biker, you automatically think patch holders and, rough and rowdy crowds. And now the bike world's not that. It's changed a lot for the good, but at the same time for the bad in some areas. But it's really become more of a family thing now.
That's right. Yeah, my almost as tall as me 13-year-old, she likes to ride the bike too. So
yep.
She may not be a biker, but she's definitely part of that group. So. Yeah, definitely a family-oriented situation anymore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in.
Richard.
We're going to catch this call.
Not a problem.
All right, man.
Party on. Bye.
Bye-bye. So the moral of my story is if you're going to brand yourself, brand it as a person, not as – they just need to know that when you're on the morning show, it's supposed to be funny. It's just for fun. It's got to be.
Strictly just the morning show is my way to release all of the stress.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine too.
Yeah. This is my release.
And it adds the mics.
Some women go out and they love to spend money on purses. I've never bought a designer purse in my life.
Or wedding rings.
One time,
man, that's a pretty tree over there, isn't it?
Last week, me and Tyler were driving back from Jackson. We had the windows down. It's a beautiful day and all that other stuff. And I saw this white trash woman walking with a purse on her arm right there. I yelled out the window, "That ain't no real Coach." Just thought I'd add that.
That was not nice.
Just keep talking. Just ignore him.
What were you pointing at like some fat bald guy she was walking with saying, that's not a real Coach?
No. The
You got a
fake,
whistle around his neck
the
or something?
fake perch. She probably got it at a
Purse.
pawn shop. So
But you
All right.
know, I just this is honestly the way that
This is all growing for you. You're
Yeah.
you're gonna have to learn. I told you when you first started doing it, I made a couple little jabs at you saying you'll see. This is a whole different world.
It's a whole
Stephanie
different
had to learn
world.
it too. Stephanie was blown away with how much people watch and pay attention to everything you do and criticize every single thing you do. I can't make half the jokes that I used to because I'm always watching everything I do. Tubby's looked at me and says, dude, you think about some of the stuff you post because everybody's watching.
They do. They watch, and you know, I mean,
Your
even,
lovers and your haters.
you
They're all
love us and
watching.
you hate us.
well, even okay, the flag post that I made yesterday, someone sent me
I
a
didn't
private
even see it.
message about it. So we were driving.
Oh, yeah, the gas
yeah,
station.
the gas
Sorry.
station. So we are two black lesbians driving through Virginia, and we
Do they
meet-
let black people in Virginia?
I heard banjos playing. I wasn't sure.
yesterday they did. Yeah, yesterday they did. Mike.
Okay, it's Sunday.
But,
Benny even made a joke about the pretty mouth and Deliverance.
yeah.
I saw that on a Periscope. Go
So
ahead.
you know,
Little
so we
gorge.
drive. So she's like, "We need gas," and I'm like, "Okay." So we get off the interstate. We're getting ready to get off the interstate. We look up, and literally on the top of this gas station is a huge Confederate flag flying.
Get some.
And I was like, you know, we looked at each other, and she goes, "You know what? Situational awareness." I said, "Yeah, we don't have Scotty or Mike to back us up, so let's don't stop here."
And you know, the bad part, I just want to interject for a second. The bad part of it is this. Is 6 months ago, that wouldn't have been a big deal.
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
But
have.
now
true?
there's been so much crap about it. You just don't want to, you know what it is? I always made the joke. I hadn't really made this joke lately, just because I try to clean my mouth up, but I always make cracks about people that keep doing stupid stuff. And I go, you know what my daddy used to say? If you see crap in that yard, you walk around it.
Right.
But no, you jump rope in it. Like you saw it, you knew to walk around it, but you chose not to. You jumped up and down in it. My point being is because of situational awareness, because you know there's been so much crap about it, you just avoid it. It's just
Yes.
easier to avoid.
It's just easier to avoid because you don't know what you're walking into.
Right.
And you know, and I'm thinking we're out here, but it would have been different if that would have been anywhere in this area. We probably would have thought twice about going in there because in this area we've got backup.
Right.
We've got Scotty, we've got Buddha, we've got Mike. You know,
Don't neither one of y'all are carrying a firearm?
Not yet.
Not
They
yet.
need to. Benny was just asking about
Yeah.
what it takes to get it. We're
What
working
about
on it.
a stun gun, a collapsible baton?
Mike, we rode with nothing. We rode on prayers.
I'm glad it worked.
But you got to remember too,
I
you
know.
need to get on this on Tuesday night. Make a note. Discuss gun permit laws because you know it's only like our 5 neighboring states that our gun laws apply.
Yeah, well, yeah, they do that for money.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is where we can legally take with our permit
Mhm.
and walk into Florida doesn't mean that you can walk into Arkansas.
Right.
And you can't
So,
travel through New Jersey.
Why don't you bring that up? I'd like to kind of hear that.
What's the old saying? And it's just about as dumb as I've ever heard, but I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Well, you know what my
Yeah.
uncle used to say? My uncle carried a hammerless snub 38 in a sock so that if he pulled money out or whatever, you'd only see the sock. You'd never see it as a gun. And the crack got made one time about him not having a gun permit. And I said, dude, what are you going to do when they ever catch you with a gun? He said, they're going to be more interested in why I killed this guy than why I had the
Yeah.
gun.
Plus, I'd probably just pitch the gun in the river.
Because if it stayed in a sock, there wouldn't be no fingerprints.
Hmm.
Ba-doom-boom. Shh.
Wow.
Just saying. Nobody thought of that, did they?
Hey, look, I'll tell you a little secret about being a combat vet. If I kill him, you're probably going to have to go with my story.
Well, you know, my dad used to say, and he was a cop, a dead man tells no tales.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, look, let's make this phone call back
Yeah.
Yay.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
As-
man.
as we're just going crazy talking away.
Woohoo.
It is 10 o'clock.
And
It's 10 o'clock.
And this is our new listener. Who found the new listener? By the
Joe.
way?
I think it was
Jacob.
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 Her name's Jody, though.
Hey, Jody.
You know what a Jody is.
Jody, got your girl in
Hello?
gone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Good. How about you?
Good. Good.
What you do? And
Oh, I'm
She's
enjoying
knitting.
this beautiful,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
this beautiful sunny morning in Detroit.
wow. So you live actually in the city limits?
I live right outside the city limits.
Okay. What's the city look like? Is it getting better?
Yeah, it's starting to get better. people are starting to come out and support more stuff and just
Good
come
deal.
out and to try to bring the city back.
Getting any businesses moving in up there?
Yes.
That's
The
cool.
See, that's
like
where I'm-
downtown.
That's the good thing.
So that's why I was curious
Yep.
because the only thing I ever see about Detroit, unfortunately, is
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
60 Minutes that make
Yeah.
it out like everything's so bad.
Right.
And then, of
Yeah,
cour-
and it's
you know,
not.
I watch
No.
hardcore porn.
He watches
Those guys
hardcore
are awesome. They're so cool.
Hardcore porn.
porn.
Hardcore porn. Uh-oh.
That's the word of the day. Let me get this written in.
And all you see is some of their outside shots here and there, you know, so nobody really knows what Detroit looks like. You just always hear weird stuff. So it's cool to have somebody on the phone that says, no, I live there and it's not as bad as it looks.
Well,
Yeah, it's not as bad as they look or it seems like on TV. It's so, there is bad stuff that happens. There's bad stuff that happens everywhere, you know?
Right. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
It's just
Well,
a lot of
Detroit,
people are starting to like support a lot of stuff
Yeah.
now.
Detroit got the bad name because of the unions and the car manufacturers and everything else. And then a lot of businesses left Detroit. And that
Yeah.
what you have then is more citizens than you have people paying taxes. And that
Yeah, and a lot of people even left the city too.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So, because I mean, the police were they didn't have money to provide, and the reaction times were getting
Nope.
bad and stuff like that. But once businesses start moving back in,
Right.
it'll change the whole dynamics of the city.
Right.
Yeah, downtown's starting to boom. It's so much fun. They have a lot of really cool events there for kids too, kid-friendly events.
Hey, that's pretty awesome all by
Yeah.
It's a
itself.
lot of fun.
If the
Yeah.
city shows that it's safe for kids and families, it'll come back.
Yeah,
So
that's what they need to do. They need to start doing a lot more family events.
yeah. So what's the weather like? You said it was clear today. How cold is it?
Yeah, it's actually really nice. It's about 73 right now.
Isn't that crazy? We
It's
Man.
warmer
we
up
woke
there
up-
than it
Wow.
is here.
we woke up in the 40s today, and
I
you're in the
liked it.
70s. I love the cold.
I like being able to open
yeah,
the door and no
it's
mosquitoes.
weird.
So how'd you hear
Yeah,
about
it's
us?
really nice this morning. The guru.
Oh man,
I'm
he's
sorry.
just
He
got
gets
away,
around.
man. He's just got away about
It's
him.
cyber stalking and looking for new listeners.
That's
Hashtag.
the best way to do it.
Hashtag. I don't know how to do that. Hashtag. I just throw it in there every once in a while.
You just say hashtag.
Yeah, I do
Hashtag.
the same
Shut up,
thing. I
Mike,
don't understand hashtags.
I don't either. I don't understand what the hell the hashtag does or where does it go when
You push
I
it on the phone, it goes. "Boo."
Yeah.
That's
I have to
good.
ask my
That's
daughter,
good.
what does this mean? Seven, what's this mean?
I'm the
She
same
looks at
way.
me, well, Mom, don't you know like what that means? I'm like, no, I use full sentences. I don't abbreviate
There
anything.
you go.
It's what
There
you play
go.
tic-tac-toe with.
Yeah, somebody
I-
said to me the shaking my head, and it was like they said
I didn't know what it meant either.
they just said the letters of it.
SMH.
Yeah, and I'm looking at him going,
Yeah.
Stone Mountain High School? What?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
They're coming out with new ones. And
I know. I'm always like, Devin, show Mom what's this mean? Because I don't understand it. And she'll laugh at me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Have you ever seen SIC in parentheses?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Science.
No,
don't
that
know.
that means
what they originally said,
Right.
right?
Okay. What does the SIC stand for?
Sick.
it's
I will smack you.
it's a journalism
Yeah,
term.
It's a journal. Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
it's a
all right.
journalism
I didn't know what it
term.
meant. I saw
What does
it.
it
and
mean?
I-
Sick?
You know what? I've actually looked it
I'm
up.
always asking the kids, like, I don't get this. What is all this new stuff? Here, show me how to work this.
Yeah, they're like 5 and 6, and they know how to
Yeah.
do anything better
Yeah.
than we do.
I hate
But
when
they
my-
don't know how to crank a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
saying.
yeah. Jeez. And
No,
if you ask
no,
them to go outside
no.
without their shoes on.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. Ooh, God, no! I'm not going to walk in the street without
Yeah.
shoes on.
My daughter, she's barefoot right now walking around. I'm like, what are you doing, kid?
How old is she?
She just turned 15.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, that's a great age, and it's your daughter, right? Oh, that's
Yep.
15-year-old.
My
daughter.
built-in mini
Woo!
best friend.
Yeah. Well, for
Yes.
now, it'll change. One day, it'll just be like
Yeah.
a switch.
I hugged my daughter when she was like 12, I guess, and I just hugged her really tight. And I leaned down real sincerely and I went, I love you, baby. I'm going to miss you.
Yeah.
She says, what does that mean? I said, those little boobies, when they start growing,
Yeah.
you're gonna go crazy for the next 20 years,
Yeah.
and I'm never gonna see the real you again till you're about 35.
And man,
Right.
they say stuff, and you just look at them and go, "Did that really just come out of your
Yeah.
mouth?" Because I'm gonna
My
punch you.
9-year-old does that already.
Well, that's what happens when they grow up in a trailer park.
Shut up, Mike.
Yeah. See, that was about the sick thing. I got you back. Shut up.
Well, I think my
I'm gonna
daughter.
have to tune into you guys every day.
Please,
Yes,
do.
please do.
Please do.
Hey, this is Monday.
You guys make me laugh all morning.
Well,
This is
what-
mild.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? Pardon me as I'm clearing my throat.
Yeah, really.
Oh, no, it's okay. I am a booking agent in Detroit and do a lot of band promo and
Oh, cool.
booking for Drill Zone Entertainment.
That's awesome.
Cool.
We
That's
just had a
awesome.
show last. Yeah, we just did a Brews and Brews Fest, a beer tasting with craft beers.
Yeah, you
at the
should.
Getting Fest
You already.
here.
Oh.
Man, we wish we had you down
Yeah.
Is
here.
there any leftover?
The city's
It's our
trying to
year-
do one.
It's our yearly event. Any more we have leftover beer? I'll just say, you know what? You got to send them to these guys down here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, screw Oklahoma. Those guys. are
Yeah,
weird.
Jacob's in Oklahoma, and we're right outside of
Yeah,
Atlanta.
he's a vegetable. Don't worry about him.
Oh, sweet! You guys got the best of both worlds in the South.
You
I
be
love
nice
coming
to
down
him.
there.
Oh, and the boss just threw something at me. I need to talk to
I
HR.
threw a penny at you. I told you to be nice to Jacob.
HR is not working this morning.
Really? What the hell? HR's hello, knocking on the door. Defects.
The South is so much different than up here. I love going down there, and every time I come down south, I never want to
Yeah.
come back. I'm like, no.
Well,
I
we
have
were
a lot
joking.
of friends and family down there.
Doc just drove through New Jersey and paid like God knows how much on 10 different friggin' toll roads.
Yeah.
I
told
was
her to
mad.
just drive
Oh, the
through.
toll roads are
Oh,
horrible.
God, I hate that.
Damn Yankees.
I hate that. I hate having to go to an ATM to go
I'm
drive.
glad
somewhere.
we don't have toll roads in Michigan and Ohio, but once you get into like Indiana and stuff, they have them.
Really?
I went to
Indiana?
Chicago and it cost me $15 to drive through toll roads.
Yeah, that's what we spent yesterday.
Look, a FedEx truck guy the other day, I say the other day, it's probably a month ago, I was at the tag office, and he was discussing how much money he spent out of his own pocket, and he has to wait for FedEx to reimburse him.
Oh, that's bull.
And he
Yep.
was just like, dude, some months I'll be out $150
No, that's
waiting to get reimbursed.
bull crap.
That's how it
Yeah.
was
Wow.
when David drove his own truck.
And they shouldn't. They should actually pay them for that
That's
out
right.
of their weekly paycheck.
Yep.
They hold on to it in an escrow account.
Yep. He
When-
says up
when
to
I was,
30 days.
Yep, when I was the promotional manager at the Larry Flint Hustler Club in Detroit, they used to do me like that all the time and try not to reimburse me for stuff that I had to pay for out of pocket. And I was like, no way, you're going to do it now.
Hey, I've got a
They
question. Well, not a question, but I got a comment. How about if some of the stuff that you're promoting, obviously it'll be up there, but I think it would be cool to be on the Just for Fun page.
Oh, yeah. You can send us
Yeah,
whatever you
what you
want.
send us?
Yeah, I liked it and shared it.
Okay, cool.
Anything
Yeah,
you guys have new and coming, tag it
Uh-huh.
to my page and I'll share it for
okay,
you. I even
and
sent out
you do the
invites.
same because I think it would be neat for our listeners, like down here in Georgia, to see
See what's happening up
booking
there.
agent in Detroit. It's just kind of, Detroit's kind of edgy, and maybe send us a picture of you with a
Yeah.
Glock or something like that, holding it sideways. And
I
Nice,
actually
really.
have a funny picture of me and my friend with a 12 gauge. We were
all right,
Just
cool. Send it.
practicing.
Send it.
out on farm.
Send it.
And listen,
anything
I'll have-
like in a
send
bathing
it.
suit, anything like that,
Oh
send
my
it.
god.
And then Mike does a show on Tuesday nights called Guns and Gadgets where
Yeah.
they talk about guns and all the cool apps for phones and all sorts of gadgets. And then Wednesday night we have a rock show, which you definitely should listen in on,
Yes.
called the Electric High Radio Show.
Definitely.
You're going to absolutely love the Wednesday night. And then as a female, we have a ladies talk on Thursday night, which is what I call the view on steroids. There's no producer telling them what they can and cannot talk about. And it's totally women. The closest thing
Oh, that's
to a man in here
Awesome.
is my wife's hairdresser.
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
And he's only close to being a man. He's
Yeah.
not really all that. But I
Um,
mean,
Wow.
he is, but you know what I'm trying
Wow.
to say.
one of our shorties
Yeah.
from down here,
Yeah.
Little Richard, wants to ask about the 80-90 toll road in Michigan and Ohio.
Okay, dead air.
Yeah.
Yep.
He says the most
It's-
direct
it's
route to
cheap.
Cedar Point, but problem is it costs about a ticket price from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Well, thank you
Wow.
very much,
Yeah, it does.
little Richard. What the hell does that have
Yep,
to do
it
with
does.
anything? Thing?
Wow.
He's talking about the toll roads, dude.
It's another one of those freaking
Oh,
waterhead
God.
guys.
Anyways,
Our
you're
roads
so
here in
rude
Michigan
to our
are
listeners.
horrible.
Yeah, I heard that. It was like
When you guys are awesome.
I heard that the
The roads
potholes.
here are horrible.
Yeah.
They'll
And
swallow your car.
So
isn't
not
that cool?
only do they sell pot up there, they got
Oh
ton
my
of
God!
pot.
You see what
holes.
she just said? She
Yeah,
said-
we do.
They said in
There's
Detroit they
dispensaries
swallow.
everywhere.
That's what she said.
Stop
I
it.
what? She
Mike,
said it
shut up,
swallowed a
Mike.
Shut
car.
up, Mike.
Shut up, Mike.
Y'all
I
are,
can't wait till they make it like Colorado here.
are they going to
And
bring
hopefully
mountains
it gets
in?
rid of the pill problem.
Oh, you're an idiot,
such
Mike.
an
You're
idiot.
such an idiot.
Well, she said they're going to
I
make it
wish
like
we had
Colorado.
mountains here.
I know. I don't understand. How are they going to make it like Colorado? They're going to raise the whole city to a mile, or
Jeff, I
That
thought
would be
says I
kinda
didn't tell
pretty
her about
cool.
Electric High, and I just did.
shut up,
Jeff, go back to
Really?
sleep.
Go
back to
call
sleep.
Little Richard. Y'all get together and freaking.
But yeah, check.
Hooked on
Make sure you
phonics.
listen to us. We're Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. It just depends on what mood we're in. Like today, we've gone over a little bit. But that's Monday through Friday. We do the morning show. Then Tuesday nights we've got Guns and Gadgets. Wednesday nights we have Electric High with the Aaron Hill Band. They bring in, especially with you doing band stuff, you would really get a kick out of it because they're bringing in locals.
Yeah,
They're bringing
well,
in people that
Awesome.
own
I love
recording
listening to you.
studios. Oh yeah, you definitely want to listen to the Aaron Hill Band. And Electric High, that is the Electric High radio show. And then of course Thursday nights Ladies Talk. All these shows start at 7 p.m. Some wrap up around the 9, some carry on to 9:30. Just like us, it depends on if we feel like going over or not. That's the cool thing about me owning this. We can just do whatever we want, whenever we want.
And we mostly share on the Just for Fun page what each week's gonna be, an idea of what each week's gonna kind of be about.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I am actually
We-
dumber
we-
for
I
just
do,
listening to what you just said.
I go on Cave Radio here sometimes in Detroit, and it's like the same thing, and we get to do whatever we want, and I have a blast
Oh,
when I
yeah.
go on there.
Yeah, and see, we're not
It's so
regulated
much
by the
fun.
FCC, so we can say and do. Now, I used to do a little
That's
more
the best part.
Richard Pryor-ish, but the problem is I can't be played in the daytime hours if we're acting that way. So we
Right.
just don't have F-bombs, and we usually try to use word substitutes like fire truck and crazy.
before 8:00.
Oh, the fire truck's my favorite one.
That's right.
Why did you, when you said depends, why did you look over at me?
Because I just saw a new Depends commercial. It made me think of you.
I know they got the little
Oh my
snuggie
gosh.
ones. now.
Yeah.
And they got like SpongeBob SquarePants
Yeah, man.
and stuff like that. On
For
it. So-
adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for adults.
SpongeBob's my favorite.
Yeah, man. Me too, girl. Woo!
All
I
right,
Green
love
Bottoms.
SpongeBob.
Hey, this week's app of the week for Guns and Gadgets is Period Tracker.
Oh
my
no, I'm
God.
gonna definitely have to.
are you
tune
really,
this in.
Mike?
Dude, it's right there, brother.
Mike, really?
Okay, you got to have a.
I already have
I
one.
have to have.
You could have
a
saved it.
period?
Shut up,
Tracker.
Mike. You could have saved it for your Tuesday night show,
Okay,
that
well-
particular app.
Tuesday night on Guns for Gadgets.
Don't say the name of the app again. Just tune into Guns and Gadgets for your new
It's the
apps.
dot tracker.
We're going to start doing app of the week.
Oh no, because Alex will have some big bad one with his little fake English accent and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna slam him with freaking Period Tracker.
You said it
Oh,
again.
that's hilarious.
Hmm.
Periods and guns, I guess they go great together with
Yes.
crazy chicks.
Yeah, but
Yes,
you
they
just don't
do.
give the girl the gun while she's on that.
Like
though.
you got a choice.
No way. Lock them up and hide them.
That's right.
The women.
No,
Yes,
Mike,
exactly,
lock
Mike.
Up and
Oh,
hide him.
I was
All
about to
right,
say.
well, we're going to cut out and keep listening because we may not end the show right now, but we're just going to move on to something else. Thanks for being such a great listener and
Yes.
enjoy, man. Try,
Yeah.
try to keep
Oh,
up with
you
us.
guys are awesome. I will for sure. You guys have an awesome day.
You too.
Okay,
Welcome
thank
to
you.
Just for Fun.
Thank you.
Oh, anytime.
All right, bye-bye.
See you.
Good job, Jacob. Score again. Keep doing
Hashtag
that.
score, Jacob.
Yeah.
You rock.
Hashtag
broccoli.
Whatever. How do
Oh
you
my
do a
God.
hashtag with your
Oh
fingers?
my God.
You go like this.
How do you do a hashtag
Yeah.
with your
Like-
fingers?
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
No.
Oh, my
Hashtag.
God.
Mike's over here like.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag cobblepot.
Oh Lord.
You just love being that guy, don't you?
Hashtag broccoli.
Ugh.
You're such a dork.
Oh, who was talking about the damn truck earlier that serves Brussels sprouts?
Hashtag Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
There's that
gross.
buzz
Brussels
again.
for
I'm about to
muscle.
rewind
Where's
the
that?
studio.
Where's that coming from?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I'm just gonna
You
have to
hear
rewind.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me. Okay.
Well, it could be. It might be you causing it.
So what else we got? So where you got to go today?
Today I'm heading down
Who
to the
cares?
sketching
So where you
pad.
going? I'm kidding. Look at the look on her face. Look at the look on her face.
Service on aisle 2. Service on aisle 2.
Clean up. We're about to
Wow.
punch
So,
uteruses.
You're going where?
I'm gonna 5-finger punch you.
His uterus?
Finger throat punch, not just 5-finger.
Five-finger throat punching. No, I'm going to the sketching pad in Old Town Conyers, and I want to pop over and see if I can check out that place that's having their ribbon cutting this morning.
Okay.
We
What
never
place?
get invited to that
Essentially
stuff.
yours?
No,
What time's the ribbon cutting?
at 10.
So we're
Past-
late.
It's already happened.
Well,
Yep.
maybe
Crap.
not. I
Yeah,
mean,
there might be some cheese and crackers left.
Okay.
yeah, they might have some.
I'm
They
gonna
need
go
to
look
start
at it.
scheduling those for like after 10.
Yeah. Well,
We don't
Keep going.
I'm going to go look for a place to live.
I thought you already found one.
Well, I do, but I got to go look at it.
Oh, okay. Send pictures. Take good pictures.
Yeah. I think that's can we pamper puppy?
What about 'em?
How much will they charge to do my pit bull's nails? Because her nails are getting really bad.
Thank you, Crystal. It's comforts.
So if somebody, if they're listening, if they can find out, we might need to muzzle her too. So it's just she doesn't like anybody touching her feet.
I don't know if Tara's listening, but I'll.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. I'm just
If
interested.
she is, she'll be calling us back. If
Okay.
she isn't,
Well,
she's fixing to get a call.
and just plug in the pampered puppy because those people
Yeah.
are pretty cool over there.
Tara. Oh, and they've got the Pampered Puppy Pink Pooch Parade. What, October the.
I couldn't say it. That's what
Is that October the 4th, Scotty? I think it is.
You got that app on your phone.
It's
don't
the day after.
Whoa!
you? Pink Pooch Parade,
What? Is the phone ringing or is that me?
October 4th. That's you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, are you listening?
I am not listening.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Hold on,
for
let
her.
me turn.
I'm waiting for her just to start lying and go, of course.
I know every time we call her.
So, hey, what does you're at work today?
I am. Hold on, I'm leaving the bathtub right now.
the bathtub?
They
you hear
wash
me?
the dogs.
To wash
the
Don't pervert. Don't
I-
look at me that way.
I will lick your neck. I'll do it
It's the
again.
4th.
Yes. Okay.
What's up, y'all?
So, what does a dog toenail trimming cost? I didn't want to say
It's
trim
$5.
after the bathtub. Mike would have smiled at me.
No, my dog needs her nails clipped. Okay.
Well, you're just for fun, so there's
No.
charge.
Okay. But your business. You got to tell people what it costs.
Yeah.
I got you live on
Okay,
air.
it's $5 for a nail cut, and
How
it's
much?
$10 if you get them cut and grinded.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
So it's how much again? Because you broke up the first time.
It's $5 just to get them cut.
For a
if
regular
you want them cut and grinded, it's $10.
Okay.
Why?
Now, what's the
why do you
difference?
grind them?
Why would you grind them?
Dremel
Oh.
to smooth them out so
you
there's no
use
edges.
a Dremel. Sometimes when you cut the nails, they're still kind of sharp, and sometimes our older clients or people who have thinner skin, if their dogs scratch them, it'll cut them.
True.
So we make
Okay.
them nice and smooth with the Dremel.
Do you have toenail
Or like
polish?
people with hardwood floors or leather
Yeah.
couches.
Yes,
or
I've seen them put gold glitter on one.
No.
dog.
Do you have fingernail polish? Can you?
Yes.
Okay. How much is that?
It's free. It's included with the groom or the nail cut.
Okay, because I wanted to get her.
And
little,
we have every color you can imagine,
Okay,
and we
good.
have glitter, and we have French
No,
manicure.
I just wanted to do.
So
red-
what's
red fingernail.
go ahead and plug since we got you. Plug what a cut cost, a wash cost, everything.
Well,
or
Well, our standard cost for a normal size dog like poodle, Shih Tzu, Yorkie, Maltese is $38, and that includes everything. We don't add on any extras. That's your total body haircut, the pads, the sanitary area, your anal glands, your ear canals, everything. The only thing we ever charge extra for is if you get your teeth brushed.
So I can
didn't
go
even-
there and get my teeth brushed.
I was gonna
I
say,
didn't
what would
even
it
know
cost
that
if I get you to do my
Oh
teeth?
man, that'd be awesome.
Tara, I didn't even know that y'all did the toothbrushing for the dogs.
See,
We do,
that's why
girl.
why we got her
Yeah,
live.
this is
Wow,
cool. This is,
okay,
I'm
so how
learning
much
a lot.
And
is
if
it?
you're just getting the bath, it's $25.
Okay,
Now,
very
me
cool.
getting
And
the
that
bath
includes-
or the dog? Okay, I'm just asking.
very cool. Okay, yeah, because Tara's prices.
We could probably,
We started taking our dogs there, and we actually save about $45-50.
Mike
Jeff
would be like
text-
100.
Jeff just texted how much to get my back cut.
Oh, gross! Don't do it.
Oh, Jeff.
oh my God.
You have to send in search and rescue, man. Don't do it. That's gross. I just threw up in my mouth.
So listen, so what
Oh my God.
what are you doing as far as getting ready for the Pink Pooch Parade? Are you doing any specials for people getting their dogs painted pink or hair
That's what I was
sprayed
about to
pink?
ask.
we in the state of Georgia, it's illegal to color a dog, so we can't use any hair dyes.
Wow.
But we,
I was gonna do my dog pink.
apparently animal cruelty, so we don't do any hair dyes. We can do Kool-Aid,
Man.
which is
Lame.
a natural hair dye, or we do the pink glitter hairspray
Hairspray,
spray.
right.
That's,
How
yeah,
much is that
that's
going to
what we
cost?
like to do because
I did not know.
if you're getting your dog groomed, it's free.
Man, you guys are
So
the
you can take a
coolest.
dog in there, get it. Like the other day, I saw this really cool little yucky dog. I don't even know what it was.
Yucky.
He was cool. It's a dog like I would not buy because he's just that ugly. But by the time,
Mike's out of the
but
picture.
he's like a mixed breed. But the cool
Oh,
thing was, is by
wow.
the time they did his hair, he was brown. Right? I got pictures of him. He had a mohawk.
That's
I'm
cool.
talking. He had a mohawk that went from where his eyebrows would be to his tail, and then they trimmed his face up, and he looked like he had my goatee, and he acted like me too, which is even
Now-
funnier.
If
He
they're
did. He did. He acted just like Scotty.
if they're coming in just to get the dog sprayed before the Pink Pooch Parade, how much is that going to cost?
We're not charging anybody just to get them sprayed before the parade.
You guys are too
because-
cool.
Donations are welcome.
Yeah, donations definitely. Come on now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to make money off of like that, you know.
That's right. But it's at the parade, so we want to try to make sure everybody understands. The day of the parade, you dress up in pink. You wear whatever because it's all for breast cancer.
Mhm.
So we want you dressed in
Yes.
pink. We want your dogs in pink. So I want Mike. You have
Or
to be.
you
If
can
you don't
call-
show up
or
to
you
this
can
one,
register
you're fired.
and Give you a Pink Pooch Parade T-shirt.
Oh, cool. I need to do
I
that.
need one too.
And there's
I was
going to be
gonna
a
get
pet- There's going to be a pet photographer at the Pink Pooch
I just want to
Parade.
make sure Mike has on the Pink Pooch Parade T-shirt,
I was
a
gonna
pink
get-
tutu, and his dog has to be sprayed pink with a pink tutu.
No,
Oh my God.
I'll try the tutu,
Mike,
but
will you please wear a pink tutu?
if you can get a big one, somebody's got to get a big one. I'm a big boy.
I'll
There's
wear. Hey,
somebody I know
if
that
Mike
makes them.
wears one, I'll wear one.
All right. Well,
No.
somebody
Oh
got to
my
help me.
God,
I don't know where to
please.
find a big pink.
I
tutu.
have a couple people I know that make tutus, and they can.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
make a
take a couple small
big
ones and make a
Curtains,
big
take a
one.
curtain off the wall.
Jeez, I buy clothes when theaters close out. You know, I buy the curtains for clothes. I'm a big boy.
He makes a moo moo.
Oh
Yeah, we
my
could probably
God.
go find something at Goodwill. for 'em.
Yeah, I don't think my baby girl will let. If you go to spray her, she's
She'll
gonna freak.
probably
yeah.
get her.
I could probably get a tutu on her, which
Yeah,
because I had a cheerleading
but you
outfit.
could probably take a wet rag and keep
Uh-huh.
dipping it in Kool-Aid and then rubbing her with
Yeah,
it.
she's probably not going to go for that.
What color is she?
White.
Oh yeah, that
She's a
would be
white
perfect.
pit bull. She's a sweetheart, but she does have issues. She does have issues.
Well, if she's colorblind, like most dogs, she'll never know that you're turning her pink.
Well, no, she'd know. She'd know because people
She'd
be.
smell the prettiness.
Yeah, yeah. Now the
She
tutu
was
because
licking her
see,
stomach.
I've got
This
her a
is
little
tasty
dinosaur.
strawberry.
Yeah, I got her dinosaur outfit. Okay, that's red. And then the other one is like a hoodie,
Yeah.
like a sweat hoodie, and she wears her hoodie. She's cool with that. But a tutu and a cheerleading outfit.
Right.
I think I showed you all a picture of her in the cheerleading outfit. She's adorable.
Well, the cool thing is this is
I'm
great
cracking
for
up over here
kids.
that Mike dresses his dog up.
Yeah, man, I love my dog.
The good
That's
thing
when he's
is
not
this
dressed
is an
as
event
something.
that is great for all ages,
Yeah.
all the kids. They get to walk in the parade. They get to see all the other dogs. They get to
Yeah.
see the owners dressed up, the dogs
Okay.
dressed up.
Now the
Then we have a
shirt-
best dressed. We have owner. We have best dressed dog, and then best dressed couple. Right, Tara? Fill me in.
Yes. Yes.
we
have-
This
The-
radio
the
stuff's
pinkest
hard.
Dog,
You have what? Be quiet, Mike.
the pinkest dog, like for outfit, color, hairspray, whatever. The pinkest Pooch Parade people.
Now, me a shirt. Where can we get Fat Boy a shirt? A pink shirt.
You
Or
can
what?
go to the pinkpoochparade.com and register to be in the parade.
Okay. Pink Pooch Parade. I'm writing it down.
And just click on register,
Uh-huh.
and it'll just ask for your name, and we'll have your shirt right there.
Now,
Actually, I'll probably have shirts about a week before the parade.
uh-huh.
So
Now you know I'm
if
a
you
big
wanna-
boy, so hell putting.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Cool, chick.
All right.
And my baby needs her nails cut. So hey, ladies, Denise and Doc, I need a tutu for me,
Mhm.
and I need a tutu for Acelia.
And if it doesn't fit Celia, if she won't let you wear it, put it on her. You can wear it around your head.
No.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have one around your butt,
look,
what's
I'm
the
gonna be wearing
problem?
a pink shirt and a pink tutu.
Yes.
The whole, and you know what? I'm gonna wear shorts
Okay.
and my combat boots.
Okay. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I love
So
it.
I'll look like Jim Carrey.
That's right.
That's what I
Sounds
was
good.
going to. And I'll do my hair.
And y'all,
Okay.
we're gonna have like amazing vendors.
Now, where's the
We have like
is the parade happening this year? I know we were moving locations. Are we still doing a parade?
we've moved locations. We're at the Parker Road facility. It's 1400 Parker Road. It's the Rockdale Government Annex Center.
Right.
The big field at the top
Yeah.
where they have the Relay for Life.
That's where they had the
parade will
Walk for
take-
Heroes thing too.
Yes, and we'll walk around. The walk is around the perimeter, and in the middle will be all the vendors. On the
Cool.
bottom will be the food trucks.
All right.
So we have good stuff this
Cool,
year.
cool,
It's going
cool.
to be huge.
All righty. Well, we're gonna
Yay.
cut out of here, but I just wanted to get with you and find out all that great information.
All
Yeah.
right, thank y'all. Have a good day.
All right,
Thank
see
you,
you later.
Sarah.
you.
Bye.
All right, bye, everybody. Not her, but you.
Bye, everybody. Click, we're
Anybody
done.
that would like to look up the Pampered Puppy, please go find them on Facebook. Also, if you are in our local area, you can go into Old Town Conyers. They're located in a nice, bright yellow building right next to where the pavilion is, which is also known as the ice skating ring during that time of the year. So,
Yeah, that'll be coming up soon.
Remember pinkpoochparade.com, October 4th.
Pooch Parade.
Get this: kids are getting drunk on hand sanitizer.
Yes, I heard that on the
What
show
the
yesterday.
heck? I know. What the heck?
It
That's
used to
been
be
going on.
mouthwash.
Yeah. It used to be mouthwash, and then that air stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, whip it.
Yeah. No. Was it that one?
Yeah, we
It's
used to
like
whip
the
it.
dust
Yeah, the
things.
dust stuff.
We
Yeah.
were talking about that.
Compressed air.
That's it. All right, look, we out.
Oh, gross.
We out. What do you mean? Oh, gross. We're
Because
out.
I'm talking about these kids are
Isn't it's
drinking.
so bad for you?
Oh my god! They say it tastes like strawberry.
What? Yuck.
Yeah,
No,
you put
it
Kool-Aid in it or
doesn't.
something.
Oh my god!
How does it taste like? Anyway,
Yeah. You know what? If you're that desperate to get high, that's just Mother Nature's way of weeding out the stupid.
on that note,
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, jeez,
On
that's
that note,
terrible.
Mr. DJ.
No.
Mr.
What?
DJ.
What?
What you got for me?
Why would it be
Dang.
anything for you?
Dang.
Because
what's up with that?
you've misted me.
Missed it.
missed it.
Okay, we're out of here. We got
Bye,
we got all our commercials coming up. I wanted to make sure since
Cool
we
beans.
talked so much that we plugged our sponsors. And then Van Halen's Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody,
Shaka Khan.
thanks for tuning in. We'll see you great people tomorrow.
Bye.
Everybody have a great day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything that we would do, as we always say. All right. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. See y'all Burton early tomorrow
Burton
without
early.
Doc.
See y'all Thursday.
We'll be dockless.
Bye, y'all. We'll see y'all
will be
later. Have a
dockless.
great day.
Bye. Wait, bye to face. I mean, what is-
Bye.
YouTube.
Bye. So long.
Bye, Facebook.
Chow mein.
Everybody lift your
Don't get none on you. See you later. I'm talking about snot. Zaylee to my shirt. Bye, y'all.